Is it on? It is. Welcome to Shock the Culture, where we shock the culture through conversations and content that leads to actions, and those actions lead to results. I'm Dom.
Kirk Rich.
Man, we got special guests in the building.
Man, you already know what time it is, man. Appreciate y'all having us in 2wiin Kingz, man. You already know we in the building.
We in the building, ready to shock the culture. Let's go.
Let's go. Man,
Welcome,
hold on,
welcome.
man. Y'all got to do the hear ye, hear ye.
Oh, yeah,
Too easy. Too easy. Hear ye, it's the 2wiin Kingz.
You already know we in the motherfucking building, ready to shock the culture. Let's go.
That's the drop. That's the drop. Hey, let's jump right into it, man. Yo, y'all see the title. Y'all seen the title. Y'all seen the promo. Y'all seen the post. Y'all seen the dope cover art.
Hell yeah, fire.
We gonna jump into all that. Yo, who are the 2wiin Kingz?
Man, all right, the 2wiin Kingz, man. Two underground artists, independent artists, real actual twins, not the facades, not a fake. We're identical twins, and we're doing something nobody's ever done before in the 51 now years of hip hop. We're telling the story with our track titles to spread knowledge,
relay a message,
transparency, and real authentic rap, not just about drugs, money, guns, sex, and murder. You know what I'm saying? We're doing something completely different, and we're trying to be relatable. You know, relatable artists.
Absolutely. And we speak for the people, especially our people. We're always trying to push the culture forward. We're never trying to be stagnant. We like to jump into different arenas, especially lyrical abilities that we showcase. You know, we could do we could rap on trap beats, we could rap on boom bap, we could rap on everything. So honestly, we just try to, be as versatile as possible to never pigeonhole ourselves into one specific subgenre of hip hop. We try to embody all of it, and I know a lot of artists try to pick a lane, but we can do it all. So we do whatever we want.
Nice.
Speak for the people and represent the people because we are the people.
And we represent Brooklyn, also the DMV area. We love in both places. So we like to say we from everywhere. So yeah, that's the 2wiin Kingz.
How we grew up is very simple, man. It's not where you from, it's where you at. You heard?
Yeah, that's how it be. And I definitely learned that as a youngin, being a military brat. Like, move around so much. It's definitely where you at, not where you from. People, where you from, bro? I don't know. I move every 3 years. For reading up on y'all too, y'all got a military background.
Yep.
Y'all wasn't rapping in basic training on the drill sergeants, was y'all?
Nah.
Honestly, nah. I had a whole cipher going in my barracks for sure. Yeah. And basic training. We was we linked up together. That's how I got close with a couple of my battle buddies, because like we was in the trenches together, like, you know what I'm saying, rapping and doing verses in the bathroom. It was crazy. It was crazy. Straight in the barracks. It was like, yo, try to get out the way.
Twins are a Purple Heart veteran. We're both combat veterans.
Thank y'all for y'all service.
Yes, thank you. Yes, salute to y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I've been all over the world, man. So I like to bring my talents, my expertise, especially my experiences. I try to involve those in my music as well. So you'll kind of hear like gems and jewels every now and then, kind of representing my military family and all my battles and shit.
Did y'all go in right after high school?
Nah. We actually tried. We played football growing up, and me and 2wiin actually split a scholarship to go to the same school up in Hudson University in Maine. We did 1 year, but it was a rough 1 year because we didn't have the family support that we thought we was gonna have, and going up there, if you didn't have like a job set up or anything like that, it was getting eaten up by all the other students around the area. So.
And then on top of that, they fired the athletic director before we got there and hired a whole brand new coaching staff that that didn't even they brought their own recruits. So we were fighting to get on their team. So imagine, if you guys know football, imagine going from a spread pass first offense to an I-form run first heavy, situation.
And you a receiver and I'm a corner, like we're not
it was an uphill battle. We knew we was gonna leave after that year anyway, but we tried our best to fight for a spot. And Twin broke the interception record, still holds that jump for the school. You know what I'm saying? So
for real?
Yeah. Longest interception return for touchdown in team history.
Nice. Cool. Okay. I play football, so it's good to get some fellow football players on here, man. Don't be talking all that hoop stuff, man.
Yeah. We some violent motherfuckers.
I played 1 year, didn't like it.
Yeah, for real. No, honestly speaking, people, especially in high school, because like in high school, I still got the most touchdowns as a wide receiver. In the season. So like I still hold that record, and I'm like, they compared me like a little Steve Smith on the field, but I was big. I was big in my mind, 6 foot. Yeah. I played like I was like 6'8".
Actually,
I just played violent. Like hold on. I just played violent. Like it was like, if I could get a crackback block, if I could lay somebody out, if I could, run across the field and do it. I'm just violent. I love it.
And the funny thing is too, Dom, you said you a basketball head, right? Did you know before we even played football, basketball was our first love, and the only reason why we ended up going to football was because we tried out for the basketball team, and we was the best tryouts on that.
Dogging them,
we was dogging everybody. That's what they didn't do. They didn't select it, so I walked to the head.
Got enough guards.
Yeah, so they said they got enough guards, so I walked to the head coach and said, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna join another a sport, and I'm gonna fuking dog everybody in that shit," and showed you what you missed out on.
Facts.
We did that shit too.
That's how the football career started.
100%.
Facts.
Damn, that's crazy. Hey, so all the athletics, we hear the aggression in the music. We gonna get to that.
Yeah.
When did y'all start rapping then? Like, was y'all like what's y'all earliest?
I could take that. So we was in the Bronx, visiting family for when we was like 9 years old. We was like, visiting some family. We was up in New York, spending the summer up there with a lot of our cousins up there in 233rd and White Plains area. And when we was up there, my cousin was like, let's go to the park or whatever, because he was messing with some shorty that, his wife now, brought us to the park, and the whole goal was to get us some water guns from the corner store, and just to take us to go play basketball and play around in the big park. So on our way to the park, I was asking him like, yo, we was just rapping and talking, and then like we end up seeing this studio cipher. So I was like, well, not studio cipher, I'm thinking, but we saw this cipher. It's right outside the corner store as we're walking to the park, and everybody's just getting busy or whatever the case may be. And then, like, out of nowhere, my cousin just jumped in. He waited for a break in the verse and just jumped in. And everybody was reacting. Everybody was like, ooh, oh, and everybody was losing it, this, that, and the third, reacting to what he was saying. And us as being so young, we just captivated, like, yo, I ain't never see this much Black Hispanic people together doing one thing, and there's nobody fighting. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was kind of like that. And, we was inspired just from the fact that he can just come off the top of his mind and just have something, some material ready to move people. And we was captivated ever since. We got back to, back to the apartment after playing, hooping and shit. And then, my brother said like, yo, I want to, let's throw a beat on. I want to learn how to rap. And we got some napkins out and we just wrote our first rhyme.
Yeah, not even on a piece of paper. We wrote that motherfucker on a napkin.
On a napkin.
Yes, 9 years old, bro. Facts.
I still remember that.
Yeah,
I still remember that whole verse too. That was crazy. Real spitters know their first verse. It's crazy.
That's correct. So 9 years old. 9 years old. Started in the cipher. That is dope for real. So I had a question because y'all touched on something earlier. I like to know the details. So I listen to y'all music like Dom, so you can hear the aggression. You can hear the passion. You can hear like it gets you hyped. I listen to y'all in the gym, like for real.
Hell yeah, like, we get that a lot.
Yeah. I listen to y'all in the gym, man. So I wanted to know in what ways does the military experience and having that rugged football experience, how has that impacted how y'all record, how y'all make music, how y'all deliver it, all of that stuff?
It has a huge impact. That's a great question. It has a huge impact, bro. I mean, I think especially coming from our upbringing, our voices kind of were, especially in New York City, you can get drowned out really quickly. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers around you at all the time. So when you hear motherfuckers yelling, screaming, it's because we want you to hear us. You know what I'm saying? We want you to hear what the fuck we saying, especially, you know what I'm saying, coming from sports. It's loud on the field. It's loud when them pads is clacking. It's loud when motherfuckers is screaming. You know what I'm saying? You got to get heard. You know what I mean? Especially in the military, there's a lot of motherfuckers in that shit too. So you know,
when the bullets flying too, shit.
When the bullets flying, you know what I'm saying, and shit goes fucking left, you got to be screaming at someone.
That shit goes left fast.
So yelling is kind of like a second nature to us. I mean, especially being, like I said, from New York, from playing football, from military experience. You know what I'm saying? Even being fathers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to have that stern voice. You know what I'm saying, to make sure you really understand where I'm coming from. And I think that's ultimately what kind of transpires into our music, our aggression, especially Twin. This motherfucker is super aggressive in the song.
Hey, which is crazy, but on top of that, like, just to be the other side of his brain is just like, there's a lot of bitch assness going on in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we want to be the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's bring back the manly men. You heard?
Yeah. I respect it. I love it.
Going on. Respect.
Respectfully,
there's too much bitch assness going on, man. Too much complaining, too much singing. Let's rap, niggas.
Why do you think that, bro? Why do you think it's shifting like that?
I think it's shifting based off of, like, my bad, Twin. I think it's shifting based off of like needs versus wants, right? Or sorry, wants versus needs, right? I think whoever's in control, who's ever signing all these labels, these guys behind the scenes that nobody knows, or just the ones recruiting the A&Rs or whatever. I just think they're just trying to make a dollar. They're not about the creativity, the craft no more. They feel like I could just hire the most likable guy and I can just hire 10 writers to do it for him. You know what I'm saying? To make the creativity for him when we want to put the money behind that, instead of looking for the guys that actually could do it all, do it for themselves. We're out here. You know what I'm saying? I've ran into many of freaking artists that are absolutely, mind-blowingly talented. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
right.
I just think that the powers that be, the people with all of the money, the people that runs the show, I just think that they care about the money behind it rather than the passion, the actual love for the culture. They're just trying to feed what's popping. So if they think that drill is gonna sell records, they don't care if it's fucking turning to techno. They'll just put the money behind techno. Whatever grabs people's attention, that's what they're gonna go with. And I feel like that's not really what keeps hip hop. So if they keep changing up the game, you're gonna have multiple different subgenres underneath hip hop and oversaturate what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
don't get me wrong, I think that
from the pillars, that it's kind of hard to come back. That's why you see me and Twins logo, we have the pillars in there because we're standing on the fundamentals of hip hop. We're trying to keep that going and try to make our own sound within that.
Right. And then on top of that, like you have people who feel the need to when they're trying to push the culture forward, they try to blend it with another specific. It could be R&B. They could be like, oh, Drake's been killing it for almost 2 decades. I just want to pick that melodic rap and let it blend into what I got going on and try to fuse it, and as opposed to just trying to be authentically you, and how and I don't see nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, there's too much of it going on. And just like T-Pain says, like, when the whole auto-tune culture popped off, how many freaking people jumped on that wave and did it too? It's kind of like, all right, man, let's let people. It's cool to experiment because it's like, yeah, I can do that too. I like to show people that I can do what you do and maybe better. But when it's so much of it, it's like, all right. You get the Jay-Z's who come out of nowhere saying deaf to auto-tune. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we get it. Like,
and then also just the last point on that, it's like a lot of artists don't understand or sometimes as artists we fail to understand the fact of setting your own trend, not being in the trend. You know, that's what's gonna set everybody apart. And I think that's what's happened. I think that everybody's just trying to catch a wave that's already going and then implement their own thing instead of just sticking to your guns, man. Stick to what you are, stick to who you are, stay true to yourself and keep it pushing. I think that's what the issue is.
So
but you kind of know why y'all study even outside of the money though. With people, you know, and we talked about this in content or some of the content that we post. They tell you to copy what's working or be copycat or follow the algorithm, follow the trends, follow this, follow that. But I don't think a lot of people know that doesn't pertain to art.
Right.
Exactly. Who are you?
Yeah, creativity.
Who are you?
Yeah, like it's not like school. Yes, you all, if you're trying to learn something and you know you learn it the way you learn it and you copying it, when y'all take the test, the same answers are right. Regardless of how you studied and got the information. But y'all are twin is drawing a picture of an astronaut and y'all are trying to draw the same picture over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, to the point that it's either going to be, oh, twins astronaut was dope, yours is dope too, or I seen that already, or y'all keep drawing the same astronaut, or I keep seeing all these astronauts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw you draw an astronaut. Let me draw an alien to go with the astronaut.
Yeah.
And
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny that you say that because that's the reason why me and Twin, if you notice, like our albums that we do, we jump between hip hop and rap because a lot of people don't realize that there's a difference between the two. So you might hear us on a beat that'll get you hype in the gym, this and the third, and then the next album you're like, hold on, this is some hip hop chill. Like, let me learn some shit. Like, and we jump between the two because we never want to let people be like, oh, I know what to expect when I hear Twins. You know what I mean? I know that they're gonna push the envelope in some way. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna stay in this niche, but they're gonna push the envelope in some way. And it keeps people engaged because on top of that, just like I said, people always ask, like, what are you doing different? And I tell people I'm doing something that we're doing something that's never been done. We're telling we're interactive, like, you know, a message in our titles of our songs.
Yeah.
So people be like, yo, why did you call the Shake It song? I heard Shake It. Why'd you call it Then She Came? Read the track list.
Yeah.
It forces people to look at the catalog because the catalog is important. Yeah. There's more gems on the catalog. You get what I'm saying? And then we do the same thing with the titles of our albums as well. So they're like, oh, damn, there's a double-sided message because we do everything in twos. That's the secret.
Yeah, we do
everything in twos.
And then just to reiterate what Twin's talking about, so like our catalog from beginning to end, from the first song we ever put out in 2019 to all the way up until now, it all reads like a spoken word. You can literally go track by track straight down from the order of release and read it like a book. And because we're trying to deliver a message, not only deliver a message, but a spoken word to kind of kick some game, kick some knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and give back to the culture rather than just pull from it all day.
Right. Question. So, well, two-part question. Well, first part is a statement. What y'all are talking about with originality. I don't think people do enough research in the culture. Like right now, some of the people that we grew up on are legacy acts and could still command the bag. And those were the people who were brave enough to create their own sound. You see what I'm saying? And when you think of an investment, a long-term investment, is like, it's worth it. So for that young artist who's like, oh, I hear this wave and this is popular, let me get this type beat or do this type, you're going to die down before that trend dies down, and then you're not going to be able to capitalize off of it later when there's some nostalgia from it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just always worth it to do like what y'all saying y'all are doing and create your own sound.
Exactly.
Like we definitely need to stress that more with young artists because people are just trying to catch one. They're just trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not good. It's not good.
I agree 100%. I just think that, like I said, everybody's trying to catch a trend instead of setting a trend. And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. I feel like me and Twin, I told Twin, I said, I'm not in this for the money. Like the money, it's going to come as long as we stay, you know what I'm saying, involved, as long as we stay true to ourselves, as long as we stay on the course of what we got going on, as long as everybody catch on to what we're doing. Is the idea alone is mind-boggling. When people say, you're telling the story with your track titles from the beginning to end, like what? Who done that? You know, once people catch on to that, it's gonna be like, holy shit, I didn't know they did all of this. The money's gonna come. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the actual creativity, the passion of hip hop, the love of hip hop, the culture. I'm
all the lyrics,
the lyricism, the
message,
delivering a message to make you feel motivated in the gym, to make you feel motivated to get up and go bust your ass at your job, whatever it is, whatever you do to for your job to fund your business and all of that shit. I'm trying to get people to
realize that you're not alone.
Yeah, you know like that. And that shit, we get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. That's dope. That's super dope. Okay, and now for part two, what is something that you think the people of the culture, like how can if there was like a, no pun intended, like a hip hop revolt and the people who love the culture go, hey man, you know, we tired of all this bubblegum stuff, they just pushing stuff towards us. What can we do to put the power back in the hands of the people and put the power back in the hands of those who love the culture?
I know exactly.
I would put it on the consumer. You know, don't just look for your favorite artists. There's a lot of different platforms now, such as iTunes, Spotify, where it says, if you like this, you might like these too, you know, or a similar artist or something like that. As a consumer, take the responsibility to say, like, you know what? I don't know who this guy is, but I'm going to listen to it. Grab my attention within the first, 3 songs. Can you do it? No? All right, on to the next one. And kind of try to divvy up and try to find a new sound, because you'll never know those hidden gems and diamonds in the rough. And you be like, oh, like when for example, I was like that with Tory Lanez. I saw, a freestyle with him early on, and I was like, fuck is this guy? Canada. Yeah. And I was like, I started listening. I was like, oh, these deep cuts fire. This mixtape fire. I was like, hold on, Chicks tapes. Let me go back and listen to the first couple of them, because it was like that. I was paying attention that he was doing something that I always thought about. Like, damn, it'd be dope if I took all Sade sounds and made a tape. Or let me go or make a whole Erykah Badu sounds and make a tape. Like, it'd be dope. But then he thought about it like, nah, let me just take all the hits from a certain genre and make my own. I was like, that's smart. I liked it. And then, he always paired them up in twos. He dropped one for the fellas and then one for the chicks. And I was like, that's dope. And I, started following him in with his trajectory. And I knew, once he made that Sad song, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say to answer your question, you said, what's one thing that we can do to as a community to, I guess you saying one thing to do as a community that'll change the trajectory is what you're getting at?
Support each other.
Yeah, empower the culture.
I would say right now, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with Twin. There's
one thing I had though.
There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, but I would say, man, a union, man. I think if all of the OGs in the game that's been doing this for 20 plus fucking years or whatever, and everybody that's solidified with their own label, et cetera, if we had a unionized cause to make sure that we're all on the same sheet of music, we're all in one genre, we're all here to push the culture forward. If that was a possibility, if that's still, I don't know, they were talking about it, but then that shit kind of went away, right? But like if that was an actual thing where they was like, all right, you know what? We're as a culture, what are we missing? And they had a board to say, hey, we're missing independent artist leadership or independent leadership. We're missing independent whatever, or we're missing label support for contracts. We're missing et cetera, et cetera. Because to be honest with you, it's a all by who you know game, right? fuck the who you know shit. How about we just have a union, and if you can, you know, pay your commission, your dues, you get union support. You know, so when you're ready to shop your music or whatever, you can go across the board and they can feel as though, you know what, he is ready. Or you can have a board full of trustees where they say we can listen to all of the underground talent and pick and choose who's the popular or who's the hottest or who has the most different sound and who's the most creative underground, and put the money behind that movement and say this is what's going to make the new Kendrick Lamar. This is going to make the new Jay-Z. This right here is completely different. This is the new Kanye. This is the dopest producer right here that made this. He's the new fucking Metro Boomin or whatever the case is. But I feel like if you had a unionized board or a unionized struggle to make sure we bring the unity in hip hop, I think that would be the biggest trajectory change for the culture, and stop making the narrative being that we're dying or it's dead. It's bullshit. You can't kill a genre just because the sales are down. The genre is gonna be the genre because you got real hip hop heads like us that's gonna listen to it whether we hate it or like it or love it or not. Because if I gotta stop listening to all the new shit, I'm gonna go back and listen to the old shit. I'm not gonna not stop listening to hip hop that was hot because the new shit is whack. That's true. That's not true. I'm gonna go back and listen to KRS. Go back and listen to Rakim. Maybe I might just pick up some more Common or whatever the case is, but I'm not gonna not just listen to hip hop because the new stuff is not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always,
that's my opinion.
And I just wanted to say is essentially what he ended on, which is unity. I think, you know, amongst us artists, and I can speak for artists, there's a lot of egotism. And it is a competition at the same, you know, metrics because we're all fighting for, you know, a piece of the pie. But I think that, you know, stop looking at each other as like you know, as a nemesis as opposed to somebody that you could work together with. But, you know, egos got to get set aside, you know, and realize that we all human beings and we all, you know, want the same thing in life, you know. And at the end of the day, how feasible and how, you know, doable that is gets very difficult the more money your people got, because they're gonna be like, I don't have to do shit because ain't nobody do it for me, and that mindset is just gonna you know, push us back. You know, people gonna be like, yeah, I got enough money. Why the fuck I need to help him? Or you know that you know, we should bring back the, you know, each one teach one method. You know what I'm saying? Like, and take away the if we took away the nepotism and brought in the each one teach one methods back into hip hop, we'll be in a much different state.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it would help it live longer too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially
because if you think about it like this, you got Busta Rhymes who's so connected. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of different artists reach out to him for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? And he's at this pinnacle, the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. You know, where's his? I at least I don't know. But you know, school me if I'm wrong. But you know, where's the boatloads of artists that's running after him or that he's helped bring up or putting in connection to rooms? I've heard of few and far stories of people at stoplights and stuff like that, but I don't visually see all of the help that, you know, this man has brought. And you know, but you know, kudos to him and everything that he got going on. But just like he said, sometimes it's, you know, he out of his own mouth, he said you got to be selfish, and I think that that's bullshit. I don't think that you could do. I don't think that this, you know, he would have got where he wanted to be if everybody around him was selfish.
I definitely feel that.
Yeah, that's
just some real shit. I hear what he said. You know, people listen. Yeah. People like us are gonna listen. You say in order to get where you got to get to, you got to be selfish. Last time I checked, I don't know any successful person that somebody didn't help you get to somewhere.
And that's one thing I'm big on. Yeah, and that's one thing I'm big on, because I even talk about that. Like, I just wrapped up a meeting with my investment team, and I was telling them, you know, a lot of times we're taught that up is down and down is up. So it's this individualism. It's the, here's what I did and I value this because I did it, versus you really see how things work and you really see $1 billion operations. Everybody's a star in their own role and they all work interconnected. It's interdependent.
It's connected, man. Absolutely.
You know what? To just to pivot from that, not to pivot from it, but to pivot onto that. One thing that the military definitely taught me was leadership, right?
Yeah.
It's not about me. We got to stop saying I, me. It's we. right? When you hear most of the upcoming like Benny the Butcher and these guys that are super successful right now at the current stage. What do they always say? They say my team, my this, my that, my we did this, we pushing the culture, we don't, you know what I'm saying? When you start using the we, it makes everybody, even the guy that's just behind the scenes making sure you get your schedule on time, it makes your guy feel important because he's like, yo, I know he's doing all of this crazy shit, but I'm the one scheduling all of this shit that you doing. You know what I'm saying? It makes the team feel valued. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel like you're not mistaking me for your own success. Like you would have did this without me. You gotta value everybody's role. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that from what you're saying that needs to definitely stop in hip hop. The I did this, and I'm the greatest, or we the greatest, we the best, we did this. Like, you know what I'm saying? When DJ Khaled say we the best, he's not saying I'm the best, he's saying we the best. He's talking about his team. He's talking about people that's surrounding him, the people that's making him successful. It's not a selfish look. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that the selfish standpoint isn't a way to be successful. It is absolutely a way to be successful if you're selfish, but I just feel like it makes you kind of progress that way quicker, especially like I said in leadership, when you involve your subordinates in what they do and making them feel, or not even subordinates, but your team, to make them feel value, you know. And I think that's huge in this hugely missing in this culture, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love the union thing because Dom tell y'all, I'm a believer. I like to try to make them quit. I like people to quit, like, because it's gonna make the real ones stand out, you know. And with the union, I feel like you have a lot of people like, I ain't about to pay no dues for no shit. And then they'll leave. They'll leave. They won't be in. I tell Dom, they won't be in your inbox. Hey, bro, check my shit out, bro. This song is the dopest song, because now they actually had to have some skin in the game before seeing any results from it. And it weeds out the people who aren't, like you're saying, pro culture.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I think it's hilarious because, you know, this whole push a single till something sticks, you know, is quickly dying out because it's getting oversaturated. I think it's hilarious because, you know, as people start to circle back and go into albums, it's going to weed a lot of people out because I don't think people understand how much it takes to put out an album. To put out a body of work, like, oh my God. Like, we got album mode right now, and I'm like, damn, the back end.
Yep. Yeah. I'm like, fuck. Got through all this shit.
Yeah, like I'm like, shit.
And they know making albums is hard. That's why they trying to push the narrative. You don't need to push your album. Drop singles.
Right. Because the singles just, you know, that's not difficult to do. But when you got to sit there for hours on end on the back end, talk about, damn, this shit is keep rejecting my lyrics. Fuck. Oh yeah. Shit. I gotta go to this site and register the song. Oh shit. Oh, I gotta go. Oh yeah, I forgot. I had to go over here and register the song. You gotta do that per track that you do. You can be like, damn. Like it gets certain, like, damn, like, you know, shit, I gotta make sure my website's squared away. Like, you know, that type of a lot of stuff.
Hey, Twin, don't even forget my headache of all headaches, the lyric syncs.
Oh my God, the lyric syncs.
Shit. That is probably the longest thing on the back end of doing the album is the lyric syncs. That's why you see, even on Apple Music, like if you pay attention, some of these major artists, I've watched it. Some of these major artists don't even do lyric syncs.
Facts.
Yeah.
They just like just put the album out. They didn't even put the lyrics up. They're like, fuck, just put the album out.
You got to press space and hold and press and try to.
That's annoying, bro. Some of them don't even do that shit. So like when you go back to our albums, you see the kind of work that we put in. They're like, it gets overlooked. They're like, oh yeah, they got the lyrics in here. That's cool. And then, but yeah, they're understanding how much work it put in.
Hell yeah, bro.
To get them to the music, like it's a lot.
The splits on the back end to make sure that everybody get their proper splits. You got to make sure that you add the engineering. It's a lot of it's a lot of stuff, and people don't even realize, like, you know, how much work it takes. But when you do it correctly, you know, it's much more beneficial over the long run when you're looking at a body of work. Because I always tell people, like, yeah, you can put out 100 singles.
That's why SoundCloud popped off.
Yeah, but that could have been 10 albums, sir. Like, get your job.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you know, put out a body of work, because, you know, how I consume music is the same way that I grew up, you know, and a lot of other people grew up music. It's CDs. You know, we transitioned from CDs. So it's like, yo, when I put the tape in, I want to hear the whole tape straight through. no breaks. I want to listen to everything in its cohesion. So it's the same thing. I still bring that appreciation and we put that back through with our art. So when people say, yo, why don't y'all drop singles? I'm like, dude, we could drop a single every week this year if we wanted to. But we like, no, we want to give you a body of work to enjoy, something that we collectively came together and said, this is the vision, this is what we want to talk about, this is the idea, this is the concept, this is the message. Let's put this together, consolidate it, do the work to get it out, and then let the people consume it.
Yeah.
And everything you talk about, that's a union class right there. That's a class. Like, sit down and here's how you handle your album after the creative part. This is all that. You want to get paid from your music. You want this to create generational wealth. You want to own all this stuff. Here's what you got to do. That's a union class.
Yeah, facts. There's one thing to say, I'm gonna go to the studio, punch in, do a whole bunch of punch ins. All right, my song's complete, and then put it out. But you ain't. Did you master the recording? Did you make sure that everybody got their proper splits? Did you pay for the beat? Is the engineer in the credits? Like, did you do?
Right.
You need to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And
we're not doing all that, gang.
Right.
We just want to drop it.
And then a lot of people who rap too. I had this. My fault. I'm gonna make it quick. My fault. I'm a little long on
this motherfucker.
My fault. But hey, this young kid I was talking to was like, "Yo, man, how I do this? I've been doing this for a while. This and the third, and show me the legit way." I'm like, I showed him the legit way. He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm a video cord."
Make them quit.
Yeah,
he was like, "I think I'm a video cord." That's a lot, bro.
I mean, by the union. If you do the union, and you say, "Hey, I know you're the dope ass. I think you're gonna be the next Kendrick Lamar, right? I think you're gonna make the next Kendrick Lamar. Hey, look, man, take the union class on music on artist development, on music development. Let's do a union. Let's see if you can make it through this class and understand how this works." You know what I'm saying? And I also think too with the union class, I think that's gonna weed out some of the snakes in the industry too, because the guys that prey on those guys that Dom just said, "Oh, I'm not doing that, gang. Fuck that shit." You know what I'm saying?
Then they say, "Oh, well,
you don't even worry about it. I got it."
They go 10,000.
You just rap.
You know what I'm saying? You just rap. All your money gonna go in my pocket. I'm gonna give you bare minimum because you gave me bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? It'll weed out those guys. How that shit works. Oh, now I know why I should have fucking listened to the goddamn class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They go 10,000.
It'll save the artist a lot of headache in the future, talking about, "Yo, man, I got robbed by my label." Because you don't want to do the fucking work, bro.
Like, I thought you was only rapping for fun though.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know what I mean?
I thought you didn't really care about rap.
Forgot what you said 10 years ago, huh?
Contract.
You said you didn't give a fuck. You just wanted to ride.
Right.
You said it was therapeutic.
Oh my God.
You said you didn't want marketing or no push. You just drop it, and whoever rock with it, they rock with it.
Yeah, there you go, man. Don't worry about it.
Did you sign this? Did you sign this, sir?
Later,
but I made a million. I made a million pop. I made 12 million streams this year. Yeah, but we put 200,000 in marketing. We need that back, buddy.
Yeah.
The worst part, it was when I heard what's that boy name? I ain't even going to expose him, but dude was like, "Yo, I signed this contract and my label got this sponsorship with some big name, a clothing brand, and it was like, yo, they told me I had to model it in Saudi Arabia."
Oh,
man, yo, it was a skirt.
No.
They said, "Yo, we trying something new. It's a man skirt." Excuse me.
Hey,
at first he said he wasn't going to do it. But then he said, "So you signed this contract?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Gangstalicious from Boondocks.
Yo, no cap. I thought that shit was a facade. I thought that they was trolling with the Gangstalicious shit, but that shit crazy nowadays.
That's funny.
There's a lot of Gangstalicious.
Dog.
There's a lot of Gangstalicious.
There's a lot of Gangstalicious. No cap. No cap. No cap. They.
We've been talking in and out about the music.
Yeah.
So I did some research. I saw something that said y'all want to do 100 songs.
Yeah, man. I'm actually that's a funny story. So yes, that's absolutely true. We're gonna do 100 records. So right now,
done after that, or
no. So I'm gonna tell you the deal that was made. So back in 2019, you know, we've been recording, writing, and you know, all that stuff. Even back when we was 9, we got songs when we recorded when we was 15, 16. We got hundreds of songs that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it out on the website.
Yeah, we'll probably put it on the website.
I'll probably dump most of it on the website.
But to answer your question, like, Twin to convince me to jump back in the arena, because I mean, after the military, I have a family now. You know what I'm saying? I got a good, you know what I'm saying, good job. You know, and I'm working my way towards financial freedom. You know what I'm saying? Owning property and all that, blah blah blah. Right? And Twin had a hard time convincing me to jump back in the arena in 2019 to do this hip hop shit, period. Because at that point I was doing it for fun. And Twin was like, yo, man, I really want to jump back in the arena, yada yada. I was like, for what? Fuck, I want to be a rapper for you. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, nah, we're not gonna be rappers, we're gonna be MCs. And I'm like, bro, for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So I was already like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm good, bro. Like, whatever. And then he said the one thing that pissed me the fuck off.
You the greatest living room rapper of all time.
That shit irritated the fuck out of me. So I was like, all right, bro, I said, look, the only way I'm gonna jump in the arena is we got to do something that nobody's ever done before, that I can put my name behind, I can stand behind, that I can promote and feel honored to say I did that. You know what I'm saying? And he came back like 2-3 days later and developed that plan. I give him all the credit, because Twin definitely came up with that plan of telling the story with the track titles, telling the story with the album names. And I was like, that's fire. I'm with it. Fuck it. And then I was like, look, I'm giving you a cap, bro, because I know how we write. I know our creativity. I know how much shit we can output, especially if we, you know, dive in this seriously. And I said, look, man, I'll give you 100 records, telling the story from beginning to end. And then at that point, I said we can re-engage. You know what I'm saying? And not quit. I didn't say I was gonna quit. I said I'm gonna re-engage, like re-look at it. Like, all right, look, we made 100. Are we buzzing? Do we got a base? Do we got money flowing in? Should we continue? Like, at that point, I'll just re-engage to feel like if I should just rehash some more music out, if there's a need for it, and stuff like that, or we're just gonna just say let's fall back a little bit and just push the catalog that we already have until something pops. So we'll just probably either say we're going to use that catalog, or we're going to continue on that catalog, et cetera, et cetera. But the main focal point is, I promised them 100 records, and I stand on that shit. I mean, to be honest with you, when this album comes out, we'll be over halfway.
No cap.
Or
okay, over halfway. So, because I mean, we got like 42 songs out right now.
Yeah, not including the features.
We're not including features. I told them I'm not including features. So if I decide to do a feature, it's a blessing. That's extra. I'm not going to include that, because I think we got already like 10 features. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
name some of the dope features y'all done.
Dope feature that I have. One of my favorites with 2wiin Kingz and Priests. That's one of my favorite features. Also with Chills. We did 2 songs with Chills. Those are one of my favorite. Those are definitely a fave. Obviously, I can't forget about Brothers Anonymous. That you know, with Trey Isaacs, you know, and the whole Fort Click, man. It's always magic when we get together, because we always competing with each other, and you know, trying to come up with the most dopest verse and put out the hottest records we could put out.
Yo, I'm looking forward to this upcoming feature. I've been having it on bump and on repeat. Shout out to Richie Evans for actually, like, you know, standing 10 toes and was like, yo, now I'm jumping on this record. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with him, astute and real stand-up man about his business. I fucks with some heavy.
Facts.
So, and you know, that's a dope ass feature. I can't wait for y'all to hear when this album
that's coming out. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Facts.
Album dropping.
It's funny how life is.
It's funny how life is.
Funny how life is. Yep.
Hey, so two questions. Read out the track, the album titles all the way up to that.
All of them?
all the way up to It's Funny How Life Is.
Okay.
Ooh. All right, 1 second. Let me just I gotta go back and read this motherfucker.
In order of precedence, everything changed.
Oh, you doing the album titles?
Yes, what you asked.
Yeah, the album title. I thought you said tracks. I'm like, damn, that's a lot.
That's a lot. But he said album titles. So in order of precedence, everything changed. When she came, she made heaven fall and froze summer. It's funny how life is.
That's really
dropping.
Think about it in a deeper meaning, in the order of precedence, right? So everything is in order, right? Everything's changed. When she came, she made heaven fall and froze summer. It's funny how life is.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
Can we get a Shop the Culture exclusive? When's that dropping?
Yes, so we were planning on dropping at the end of the month, the 28th. But there's a couple.
29th is the leap day.
29th, the leap day. February 29th, so about 2 weeks from now. We plan on getting everything done, but it might push back to March 15th or March 13th because we're waiting on 2 skits.
Yeah.
And we don't know when them skits is coming, and we got to master those skits.
Ooh, bring it back to skit vibe.
Yeah.
On 2 skits, because the skits. The reason why we don't have to wait for the skits. Technically, we can just drop it on the leap day. But the problem is, we want to do this. We want to have the skits because we want people to see a little bit more character of who we are. Like, we're actually funny to be around. We joke around all the time. Even about serious topics, especially Army, we have a real dark sense of humor. So,
oh man.
So we want to kind of showcase that in our albums because in the album so far we never really had any skits. I think so far out of all the albums we did, I think we only had 1 skit out of all the albums that we've done. We just trying to focus on getting the music out and the concept we wanted to get out. But now we're kind of just trying to incorporate the titles in that. I mean, not the titles, but the skits in that to kind of show more of who we are, to kind of give you more the fans more of a feel. And the castle more of a feel of who we are and how we operate. So
that's okay.
Oh, do y'all want to hear the track names? I pulled them up.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, so just to give you an idea of how we started, In Order of Precedence was like a last will and testament to our firstborn. Like, so we kind of wrote that with like, maybe this is my first and last. Who knows? Kind of concept. So when you hear that. The very first track comes on, you hear my son's voice saying, I want to be an astronaut. It's basically like saying, I want to blow up. Like, no, so if you really pay attention to the small things, it kind of says more than what meets the eye. But I'm going to say it, and you'll just know that every time I break this, like the end of a song. In hell, who would have knew? 2 doomed niggas acquired knowledge, found 2 queens, faced death, and left you behind. With these bars, we killed modern rappers in these streets. Everything was good amongst some lies. Then she came. The bitch Brianna hexed us. It felt like paradise. She made us see for the first time how we should live as underground kings, turning truth to legend. If you're down with us, then you'll also live forever in paradise. Stay dangerous, be anonymous. See game, but choose. Using the tools that most overlook. No matter where, games given by OGs and queens. So listen when turning up or chilling. You'll learn something to free your mind. It depends on how you feel.
Oh, shit.
It depends on how you feel.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
I could tell you the track list to It's Funny How Life Is, but I'm gonna wait.
Let's give them the exclusive, man. Let's give them
exclusive.
Yeah, so if people tune in, we give them the exclusive, man. Go ahead and tell them the track list.
All right, so it's funny how life is. So first things first, recognize the truth by weaponizing your fears, fulfilling your desires, finding your love, and let go of your past. Earn respect by knowing who you are, especially how people can be inherently selfish.
Sheesh. That's
Coach exclusive, Jared.
Coach exclusive.
That's cold for real.
That's super cold.
How you feel?
Like a word.
How you feel? This is real talk.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's to flatter.
The track list got bars.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying it's to flatter neither one of y'all. How you feel? Is that the joint y'all did with Matthias?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
When Don played me a snippet of that, and I heard like, cause you know how that beat come on. Then I heard the energy, how y'all was coming on that joint. I literally got chills, and I was like, yo, hold on.
That shit different.
I would have never expected that to sound like, and just how it goes together.
Right.
That's dope. And the fact that y'all put so much thought into that, and it makes sense. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, that's a whole. That's a documentary right there.
When I see it,
it was supposed to invoke a feeling. Like the entire song is meant to invoke a feeling. Like that was the concept that me and Twin came up with, to invoke a feeling. Like we know how you feel. Like when you say "fuck it," I don't give a fuck no more. Like, you know, and sometimes we like, fuck it, I do got to give a shit. Like, damn, I got to get up and go to work. Fuck, I'm tired. Damn it, why this shit feels like a fucking repeat fucking scenario. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, eat. Fuck.
I did that. I did that in my verse. Yeah. I did that in my verse. And actually, to take it back, Don, what you gonna say?
I remember when I sent you the beat.
Yeah.
You said, bruh, I just started writing
immediately.
Yeah,
immediately.
Yeah.
Before I even called you back, and I remember calling you back and saying, "Hey, bro, he said, bro, I started writing."
Yep. Immediately.
I was like, bro, I just sent it to you like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. I wrote the hook in 15 minutes. So what happened was I was already in a mood, right? I was already in a mood because I kind of had like a bad day at work. So like it was like the moment Dom sent me that, I was like, oh, this shit fire. And I just started vibing because I was literally driving. I was driving home from work, and I just the thought came straight. I was like, hold up, fuck that. I literally pulled over the side of the road and wrote the hook, and then kept driving home. And then that's when Don called me. He was like, yo, you like that shit? I said, yo, bro, I already started writing to that motherfucker, bro. That shit fire. I fuck with this heavy. And I literally wrote the hook. I wrote my verse. I would say I wrote my verse in like an hour, 2 hours, about 2 hours. I wrote my verse because it was invoked on how I felt that day. It was like the beginning. If you listen to the beginning of my track, it was like, wake up, grind, no sleep, clock back in, then sleep, wake up now, repeat, my life like machine, your bitch here, lube me, road running shit, meet me. Like it was funny. That road runner bar, I only kept it because Twin said, "Yo, nah, that shit hard." I was like, it's kind of corny though.
That shit fire. I don't care. That shit fire.
The way it lays on that beat, yo, it's crazy.
And I had people hit me up and it was like, he's like, I just got how you started that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I said, icon, slide to the left. Caption, fuck your respect. Nigga, I should knight your bitch. Tap both shoulders with my dick. Let's suck my dick. All disrespect, I admit. Took a lot for me to get this. Nigga, we lit. There was a whole idea that I had for that to come. Like, it was crazy. I had a whole wrestling scheme after that. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, that was a fun record. That was a fun record. Like I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, I'm a writer, like I don't give a fuck. I'm pissed off at somebody.
Yeah, I just recently had a friend about that same track. I recently had a friend text me like 2 days ago and told me that track brought him to tears, man. He said he felt like that track was written for him. And I told him, I said, man, if you felt a way about this track, it was written for you. I wrote it for everybody that feels the same way I feel, because I feel the same way y'all feel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that really motivated me more to keep going, because especially when you got friends that text you, say, yo, man, that really touched me, man. Like he said it brought him to tears when he heard it, man. He, you know what I'm saying, got motivated, and, you know, because he's going through some troubling times and all that stuff too. So for him to feel that type of way and get motivated, man, that's what I do it for, man.
This album is funny how life is a lot more open. Like we spitting this. There's a pain record on there too, man. A breakup song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that I know a lot of people's gonna resonate with. I know a lot of people gonna resonate with that. It's crazy.
So question, because y'all. Oh, go ahead. Okay. I love what y'all said about, because in my mind, I guess, I don't know if it's the era we grew up in or whatever, like in my mind, when I think of hip hop artists, I'm thinking, all right, this is somebody who I listen to for a single. This is somebody who I listen to for a project, for an album. Like, there's some people out where they be like, hey, what you think about such a song? I'm like, I mean, if somebody's playing at a party, I wouldn't ask them to turn it. But I'm not about to go listen to his project. Like, shout out to them. What was my boys who used to do the dance song? Travis Porter. Remember Travis Porter? Like, they song came on like cool, but I'm not about to see a Travis Porter project. Yeah. But when I listen to y'all, it's like y'all are subconsciously programming the listeners like, I gotta listen to shit all the way through. like I gotta listen to it all the way through. So with that being said, do y'all have a favorite project that y'all have done so far?
Oh, damn.
I got a favorite project, for sure.
Yeah. I got a baby. I think we're probably gonna pick the same one.
I doubt it. I doubt we pick the same one.
What is that one?
My favorite project would have to be She Made Heaven Fall.
Really? Then we're not gonna pick the same one.
because that's my favorite. It's my favorite because I was really showcasing a lot of bars on rap beats.
Yeah.
That was a huge challenge for me. Because it's easy to just kind of fall victim to the narrative that everybody else does on these rap beats, right? Because especially on trap beats or something like that, it's easy to just rap about something violent or talk about bitches or talk about money or whatever. With that album, I literally took my time to make sure that I didn't oversaturate that, and I made sure it was a point that I wanted to make sure it was bar heavy and not just a rap verse. You know what I'm saying? It was like I wanted to make sure it was like, oh shit, this motherfucker was rapping on this shit. And I think every time I listen to that project, I go back and I surprise myself. Like, I remember this one bar off that album coming. I said, you only see me coming like a comet.
Say that again.
I said,
start that line over.
My bad.
I said,
you don't calling me. People see me on live, they calling me. God dang it.
But now I said, you don't even see me coming like a comet.
Fire.
It's a double entendre because you don't see me coming like how somebody would comment on your post. You don't see it coming, they just comment, right? And then you don't see me coming like a comet coming.
Yeah.
You don't see me coming like a comet. So it was like little things like that. Like every intricate bar I could do, I was doing in that album. So that's one of my favorites.
And I will say that it is dope that we did that. Here's a little nugget again for Shot the Culture is that album was written as a battle between good and evil. Like, and if you notice and actually listen to every track from start to finish, we have a God reference in every song. So it's like a little, like, how, like, because I'm big on comics too, and so sometimes it comes out through our creative art where we drop Easter eggs all the time. So like if people like, because we kind of the same people who study the art. Like I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm breaking it down, and I want to pay attention to every small thing that you say and how you put certain emphasis in certain places to build the cadences and stuff like that. So like I kind of do the same thing where I drop nuggets in our art. So the Easter egg was the battle between heaven and hell, and we're basically telling people what side we're on. We're on the side of God. So in that project you'll hear like why the devil think he's smarter than God, almost quit rapping, back on the job. It's small things like that people won't even that pick up on that wouldn't really pay attention. But we write to be studied and not write to be popular.
That might be studied. But wait, what's your favorite project? When I want to hear this.
Afro Summer.
I know it. Yeah, I know it.
Afro Summer. I was gonna say in order of precedence, but Afro Summer took that away because I was like, there's so many like teachable moments on that project that I just appreciate, man. Like, just because that project in itself was written to be not to sound too preachy, but to give you rap, and the whole thing was about feeling, and concepts, and showing people that you don't just have to rap about the 5 things that Twin talked about earlier in the show. So it's that type of thing. And then Afro Summer kind of expands and showcases people like, yo, we can do it all. It's like that, that kind of moment. I just love that situation because that project it just means a lot to me.
Absolutely. And then also too, last thing, it shows you the difference between me and Twin, because I like the rap shit. He likes the hip hop shit. So that's why you get the dynamic of both, because we both feed into each other. So if he wants to do a hip hop album, I'm gonna definitely jump on that. You know, and if I want to do a rap album, he's gonna definitely do on that. And you kind of really see the difference between the two. So if you want to know who's the rapper, but I'm more of I declare myself an MC, but like I like the rap shit. He likes the hip hop shit. So you get the dynamic of both.
Yeah,
that's the both worlds, right?
Nice.
No correlation to the R. Kelly situation.
Nah.
I said what I said.
I'm about to take the live down. We're about to take the live down. I like
condone that shit. I'm sorry, I don't condone that shit.
Because I like both of those. I like both of those albums. So,
right. Appreciate you, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Y'all know my joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy is on both of those projects, our highest charting song, you know,
Then you also
no, that's the second highest, but the first highest is When She Came. Then She Came is like still going up. Like people request us to go, you know, do shows and go to clubs and, you know, perform that record everywhere. Yeah. So you know, it's cool.
Your favorite, Then You Also, that song almost didn't even make the album.
Facts.
Just to know, I was the one that was on the fence on it. I was like, man, it's a little too personal, I guess, in a way. I don't know if it don't fit the sound of the album. I was like, man, this shit is good. But then Twin was like, nah, bro, this shit hard, bro. You gotta leave that shit on there. I said,
100%.
That song resonated with
so many people.
Like a lot of people hit me up individually about that song specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I
and forever too on the low, forever on the low.
Yeah, for sure.
So all this music is eternal. I just told somebody today. I try to make a conscious effort to never talk about anyone's music in the past tense because it's still here.
Mm-hmm. It's always new to somebody that never heard it.
Yeah, and it's eternal. So, you know, we talked about the unions. We talk about people overseeing hip hop and bringing the right people in, making people quit. Kirk,
it
won't be us. We don't quit.
Now, like I'm gonna get straight to it. Like, why did y'all turn down 3 deals? What happened? Who were the record labels? What happened? Because somebody will read this title and be like, who the fuck is these dudes that turned down 3 damn deals?
Yeah.
Just asked for a union. You had your chance. You could have got your deal and just shut the hell up about this. So shut down 3 deals and you're complaining.
Okay, we'll go back.
No, hold on. So let me stop.
No. I'm not. I'm saying what somebody would say.
100%. 100%. Because I see it all day.
Yeah.
On my feed, people be like, "Oh, these guys, these independent guys, feel entitled." I'm like, no, that's not the case. It's just that we're educated. It's just that's all. We're just educated and we're not accepting the bullshit. Number one, the first joint that we did, it was a record label out in Long Island when we was living in New York. So that break between, you know, not playing football and being in school to before the army, that time gap in our life, we went heavy with the music in the New York scene. I'm talking about like everywhere that there was even a showcase or
whatever
it was, we pulled up and we showed out. You know, we was part of this group called SIN, which was Strength in Numbers. You know, and we were making big waves in Brooklyn. This record label reached out to us. I think it was Capstone.
I can't remember the name of it.
So it was like Capstone or something. It was like it wasn't a major. The first one was not a major one. But it was based out of Long Island, really, really close to where Busta Rhymes recorded his some of his music at. So I forgot. I could probably do some research and find out because I'm sure that they still running. But they sent me a contract via my email. The dude called me on the phone, was like, "Hey, is this the Twins? Is this Castor and Pollux?" At first, we was going by Castor and Pollux. Like, "Yo, this is Castor and Pollux." I'm like, "Yeah, who this? Oh, I'm such and such A&R from such and such. You know, we this, that, and the third. We heard you guys at the showcase. I wanted to reach out to you guys, you know, and let you know that we want to welcome you to the team. The whole spiel. Hey, man, we want to bring you out to Long Island. This, that, and the third. Woo, woo." And so we was like, cool. Like, yeah, no problem. Like, you know, this is a good opportunity. We want to see what you're talking about. But every time that we try to, like, you know, that he was making the schedule to meet up, he got busy, or I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that, I gotta do this. Hey man, look, long story short, I ain't gonna waste your time. I'm gonna send you the contract to your email. Let me know what you think. I still got that contract to this day. That's why I probably got to dig through my email to figure out, you know, what the record label was. But in the contract, there was no incentives. It was like, hey, this is where you can come record. These guys is a model, and this is another modeling agency. We want you to, you know, sport their clothes and use them as to help build your brand. And you know, you're gonna work with this producer on their beats, and you know, a whole bunch of stipulations. And we were like, okay, you know, we was trying to find like where the money was. And the more we look, we're seeing words that we just didn't understand. We're like, perpetuity. Fuck is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what does that even mean? And there was a whole bunch of legal lingo, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do my research. And we scoured through that contract from top to all the way to 19. It was like 19 pages. We looked at every single word, looked up words that we didn't know, wrote definitions beside it, and just scoured it. I did mine, and Twin did his own. And
talked about that on Turn Truth to Legend.
Yes, did talk about that on
when you said it, when you just said it, and I was like, hold on, you said that.
that was the first. Yeah, that was the first. So I was panning back my mind when I'm writing it. That was the first time that I heard the word perpetuity, and I was like, you know, and I'm doing my research. You know what I'm saying? We just got home from college. We're learning how to do peer-reviewed essays and all this extra shit. So I'm using that as a pillar to keep, you know, looking at what I'm reading. And long story short, there was no money, no incentives, and it was pretty much, hey, come here, do this, and we own everything. You know, we'll give you if we book you for this, and the third, you get a 20% split. And it was like,
fuck that.
I came out and said, damn, son, we don't own the masters, we don't own shit. We just gonna record here, and then that's it. Like, they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do and pick and choose what we got going on and where we go and what we're gonna do and what we're gonna wear and how far we're gonna go. I was like, hold on a second. I came out the room, Twin came out his room, and we both looked at each other. I said, Twin, you want to take this deal? He said, I'd rather rob niggas.
That's a fact.
He both bust out laughing, was like, yo, this is the shittiest contract of all time. I was like, yo, I'm not signing that shit. And then we literally just said, fucking, and joined the army.
Yeah.
The second time was after.
The second one was Rock Nation. Rock Nation had reached out to us. You know, first it was
same record.
Yeah, that was Atlantic.
Oh, that was Atlantic. Yeah, that was Atlantic.
Rock Nation reached out. No, matter of fact, let me talk about the second one. Atlantic was the second one. Because Atlantic reached out to us because of the Then She Came record. They wanted to give us a 50-50 split deal for that record, which from off rip, if you're just talking about a 50-50 split deal for one single, sounds like a no-brainer, right?
He wanted three others.
And they reached out to us. First, we thought it was some scam bullshit.
Because
they hit us up on IG first, and then it rolled over to the email. Once we had the dialogue, I'm not going to go too much deep into the dialogue, but they pretty much spilled, say, hey man, we definitely want to support this record. We think it can go really far, et cetera, et cetera. And they said they were going to forward us over the contract. They forwarded us over the I guess it wasn't really the contract. It was like the overview of what the contract is going to pertain. It's not like they actually sent us the whole fucking contract.
Not like the first time. Not
like the first time. It's this one was like more like, hey, this is a snapshot of what we're offering, kind of thing. Before we actually fly you out to come sit at the table and all that bullshit.
And it was essentially very simple. It was just like, hey, I want to, this is how I'm gonna do. He calls me on the phone. He's like, yo, I really fucks with y'all. So tell me a little bit about yourself. So that whole conversation happened. And he was like, all right, well, this is what we could do. We can give you major label support for this record. We can make this the hottest song of the country, this, that, and the third. But I need you to do three things for me. I was like, what's that? He said, all right, I need you to, put me on the licensing so I can own parts of the record. And I need you to, pay me X so that I can take the record on and shop it around for you. And then pay me. Then he said, what was it? The first one was a relicensing.
Licensing. That was the
last one was like, hey, give me a 30% splits. I said,
So I just want to add a little bit of context to that. Because it kind of pisses off because honestly, let's be honest. If it's different if I reached out to you, right? But I think the negotiation should be clear, right? If I reach out to you, and you have to do something for me to help you, I think that if I reached out, whoever reached out to somebody, that person should pay, right? Especially if you want that work, if you want that deal to happen or whatever the case was. So that was like my red flag in a way, kind of went up because it was like, all right, okay, you love it, you fuck with it, you definitely want to support it. You want us to bring us on board. I'm cool with that. But I didn't like the fact that they wanted me to not only take down the record, they wanted me to pull it off of all streaming platforms, but then they wanted me to relicense it through them, which they wanted me to pay to relicense it through them. So like that was my problem. Like, okay, the song's already out, bro, and you want me to pull it down and then pay you to put it on your shit? And I remember we called and asked about that, and they said that's non-negotiable, whatever, some shit like that. And I was like, well, I guess I looked at it and I said, man, I don't know if I do that. I don't know if I can. It just seems like bad business to me already because
100%.
It's different if I reached out to you for your support, then I would expect you to say, hey, you know what, you want me to support you? No problem. I'll take it down and then pay this to realize we'll take it from there. I would have did it in a heartbeat.
It's like because the 30% was cool. I negotiated and said, hey man, how about you waive the relicensing fee and then we relicense it, give and keep our specific portion, our 70% portions, you take the 30, that's cool, but don't have us relicense it and make me pay you to put it. I was like, that don't make sense. I was like, especially if you're gonna redistribute it. Like I was like, dog, I was like, what's the difference between me taking the same money that I would have gave to you and pay a marketer to blow the song up?
Exactly.
It was kind of like that, and he just didn't want to hear it. I was like, all right, well, we're just gonna pass on that.
Once you give some of these A&Rs or these labels, once you give them kind of pushback, they immediately kind of like stand on their shit. I'm
this, and you don't got, and you ain't this far, and your numbers don't do da-da-da-da. And I'm like, look, bro, if it makes sense, it makes sense. This one doesn't make sense, especially because you're not trying to budge on something that's minuscule. Like if you're talking about, making so much residual income based off a song that you knew that was already hot, and then you're gonna give it major level push and major level support. The music video's already done. The freaking the song is already mastered and put out. We got everything that we needed to get behind it. All we needed was marketing. If you want to market and go into a marketing deal with us, and then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But
we did all the hard work.
Exactly. Right, we did all the hard work and put out, and did what we needed to do for this record, and all we need is just marketing for the record. And the record, that's all we do is remarketing, and it just keeps blowing up over and over again. It's like that song. It reminds me of the Kirk Cobain's "Drinking My Cup" shit. The shit that takes so long before it like took off, like the slow approach before it just took off. It gives me the same level of traction as that.
And then another thing too with that same thing. I don't want to talk too much about that one particular deal, but it was more like I didn't like the fact that there was no tug and pull. Like it was my way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? It was like I get it. I think the one thing that they couldn't do to us was because we had our business in order.
Yeah, they couldn't steal it.
If they couldn't steal it, they couldn't. Oh, I'm gonna take this and give it to my other artists. Why couldn't they steal it? Because we got it licensed. It's licensed. It's distributed. It has an IRC number and all that shit. So you can't just go in there, take it, and then run with it.
BMI, Pro, Sondra, Sound Change. It has everything. So it's like it's fully protected.
So for that song is fully protected. That's why they want us to pay them to do the same thing. And it's like, nah, bro, like if you want to do a 50-50 deal, let's go 50-50 on it. And if you want me to pay X amount of dollars for this relicensing thing, let's do a 50-50. I pay half, you pay the other half. Type of shit.
Right. I would have
none of that. I would have did that, but there was none of that. It was like you're gonna pay for this, and then you'll get our support. It's like, come on, man. Like, do I look stupid? I'm not 21, man. I'm a grown man. You know what I'm saying? I've been around the block a little. So
my bills are paid regardless.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And like I said, like the biggest thing is too about this music game. A lot of people fail to realize is that we're not in it for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's a lot of people.
Obviously, for the people that would have been like, well, that's a 50-50 deal. That's a dream thing. It's only for one song. You can give up one song, but really, that's like giving up your baby. You want to give up your one baby? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like this. Like, if you if you take that for the money, then just to get, like, my wife disagrees with me. You know what I'm saying? She told me straight up, she should have took that deal. And I'm like, I could have, but then let's be honest. Like, okay, I blow up and everybody now knows me for a strip club song, but then they listen to my catalog and it don't sound like that strip club song. Do I keep that same? You know what I'm saying? Are they really gonna fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? Or like, are they gonna expect me to keep coming out with that type of level?
I need to make more of those, bro. Y'all over there rapping and shit, bro. I ain't trying to hear that.
I mean,
and it's funny because
it made it funny, like rappers. You know,
it's funny because on that same phone call, he said, "Can you make more?" And that's when the 2 records on the She Made Heavenfall project came that we threw on there, because we was gonna he asked for that record and 2 more, and he wanted to drop an EP. You know,
and we actually, for my bad, twin, we actually recorded those 2 songs during that same time period. So like when we was in negotiations with that, like we literally was like, "Oh, you need 2 more of these? Say less." So we went really right to the booth. We wrote 2 songs. If you're down, and what was the other one? If you're down and with us or with us.
With us, yeah.
Those 2 songs was like kind of on the same wavelength. Like, you want something like
talk about the club. Those shits at the club on. Yo, we went to Baltimore and did that shit. Everybody was like, "This shit fire."
Down. People fucking love that. It
was like losing their shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She with her friends. They outside, like they fucking.
They was losing it.
When people hear that shit, they're like, "Yo, this fucking this hook is captivating." That's what they always tell me. Fucking captivating. So that was around the same time of that. But then the third one, I let Twin take the third one.
The third one was this guy that was connected with Rock Nation, this multi-billionaire. He wanted to do an independent deal with us. He was gonna give us,
I don't think he was a billionaire. I think he's a millionaire, multi-billionaire.
He's probably a multi-millionaire in a very big company. He was trying to keep us independent, which was very captivating. We were talking with him in negotiations for months. He was going to give us up to about $2 million in funding for us to do it however we wanted to see fit, which was dope as fuck. That's the reason why we were negotiating for so long. There was just one thing that we couldn't get over, which was the interest on the loan. We wanted to come down on the interest on the loan for as much as possible, and a lot of the collateral that he wanted was the intellectual property in the first place. So it wasn't like a oh, I'm gonna give you $2 million, and everything that you buy with this $2 million, we want X back. But instead of it being that, we was like, hey man, look, if we're gonna be paying you interest and monthly on this, then just you're gonna get your money for X amount of years, and this is what we're gonna be doing with the money. And we had to give him a whole screenshot. So when I worked out through the whole game plan and stuff like that, broke it down, layer by layer, like how we're gonna spend the money, because our business is in order. We have a legit business. So like I got with one of my financial accountants and stuff like that, and it was like, all right, this is how we're gonna approach this type of budget. He approved it. He was like, yeah, I love it. This, that, and the third. He was like, all right, man, I'm gonna hit you with the hard thing, the hard part now. I said, what's that? He was like, interest. And I said, what's the interest looking like? He said, man, I can't go more than 9%. I said, 9% on $2 million?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
I said 9%. I said, come on, bro. I'm like, come on. This sounds like I was like, you put me through all of this, maybe pay for all of this extra stuff, through these litigations and stuff like that. And you tell me you can't come down on 9%? I said, bro, at least do 6. Like, I'm like, 6 is manageable, because if God forbid this $2 million don't get me 8, then we're gonna have a problem. Like, I'm stuck paying you for X amount of years at 9%. I said, nah, come on, let's work. He was like, I'm gonna go back to my constituents and see what we can talk. He came back and said, yo, we could do 8.2. I said, bro, 8.2 on I did the math and was like, bro, it's like, I said, your payments is talking about like $6,000 a month, bro. He said, but look, you don't got to worry about that until 5 years from now. I'm like, slow down, bro. I pay my debts back. That's why my credit's good. If numbers make sense.
Yeah, facts.
I'm like, yo, that's a lot. So I had to talk with, like, a couple of financial accountants, get a couple of smart people involved, and I was like, yo, is this worth it? It's $2 million right here. I could just have it wired to our business bank account right now. Like, is this worth it, or should I just say nah? Because then the dude broke it down. He was like, well, it's not really two that you can use directly for the business because you got to worry about the tax that you got to get because that's considered income, and then you got to do it this way. Then I had to talk to my tax people, and it was like, well, you got to do it this way. I was like, bro, that's a lot, bro. That sounds like a money grab. I'm like, nah, fuck it.
That was the biggest, I think.
That was the biggest one, though.
That was the biggest amount of money that we've been offered, for especially for record labels or any type of independent label support.
Yeah.
That was huge because me and Twin had to sit down and have a hard business about that, because it was like, all right, we can take this and we can definitely put this money into the business, but when it came to the taxes, it was like, all right, well, they're gonna take fucking 30% of that shit off rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they're gonna take 30% of this off rip. So we got to put 30% of this. Automatically can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, all right, well, what are we going to do with this? Let's just say 1.7 million, right? What are we going to do with this 1.7? And we did the whole breakdown. We was like, all right, this is great. You know,
we have a 2-year gap to make it work.
We had a 2-year gap to make it work. And I was like, can we make this work? And we said, yeah, technically we can make it work. But I said, let's look at the failure. I said, I like to look at if all else fails, if shit don't pop, if it don't connect with people, if it don't work. I said, what's the backup plan? And for us, we were losing everything. It was like, damn, we're gonna lose it all. And then in the little stipulations, it was like all intellectual property and potentially after that. Yeah. So it was like everything that was made during the duration and potentially after. So we made it in a couple
perpetuity. Full perpetuity. That was like a hey, if we're gonna give you the 2, but if you fuck this up,
if you don't come back,
we own everything, nigga. Don't rap no more. We taking everything. Like,
and then you gotta think about they could take it in perpetuity, but then they can also sue us for not meeting
breaching the contract.
Not completing our business venture. So then you could talk about getting sued on top of paying you taking anything on top of it was like way too much.
It was like anything that you pay the money for. If we bought a studio.
Hold on. I'm getting to all that, I promise. But what I'm saying is it was like, all right, well, if we bought a studio, any type of musical equipment, any mics, cars, jewelry, whatever the fuck it is, we had to compile all that shit back up and give it back to him.
Literally.
It was like, yo, bro, we losing everything. I was like, yo, bro, we're better off,
bro,
establishing our business and going to the fucking bank.
Facts.
And pulling out that fucking 100,000 and use that towards marketing, or pull out 200,000 and use that towards the business venture. We better off doing that because 200,000.
We're doing now.
Because 200,000 is more. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. 200,000 is more workable.
Yeah, feasible, definitely.
Feasible than 2 million. You talking about fucking, you know what I mean? Like that's a huge fucking gap between that. You know what I'm saying? He said, what would be the best ideal?
I want to answer that.
I know the off rip. Yeah,
there's 6 different types of record deals, maybe 7, depending on the type of artist that you are. And I want to make this clear, especially on Shock the Culture. We are not opposed to signing a record deal.
Yeah, we're definitely down for it.
We're down for signing a record deal. It just has to make sense. Work with us so we can work with you. Like, if people like, because the major thing that people say is like, oh, we don't want to get lazy artists. We're doing this shit by ourselves regardless. So it's either you're gonna understand our work ethic and understand that we don't stop, and you're gonna keep getting content from us regardless, and we're gonna keep doing shows, and we're gonna keep doing interviews, we're gonna keep pulling up, we're gonna keep showing out. And stuff like that. We're going to step back from time to time, rebuild, regather our finances and everything, making sure everything's in order and coming back with some more. Like, there's a nonstop, work ethic to us. So we are not opposed. I'm getting there. We're not opposed to signing a record deal. To answer your question specifically, it depends on the type of artist and your needs. You can do a quick Google search of the top 6 to top 7 types of record deals. But most commonly, especially in the independent era, a lot of admin deals are, taking precedence, in regards to what's out there. There's 2. The 2 that are top is the joint venture and the which that Nipsey Hussle took, that a lot of people are trying to copy and emulate, and the admin deals. those are the two that are the most workable in regards to a lot of artists in regards to what you need. Because there's some artists that be like, hey, I need major label support. I mean, me and Twin, we work from time to time with Swagger Town Records. You know, shout out to Jake Strain and them. You know, so sometimes we get major label you know, resources from time to time that we tap in, but we pay for that directly. Yeah. There's no stipulations. It's like, yo, we're paying for your services directly. So hold on. We're paying for those services directly. So you got to just, you know, do a little bit of research and with the type of artist that you are and what you want. Because, you know, it could be confusing if you don't do a little bit of the research behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think my favorite.
Damn, I'll talk to you about it.
I would say my ideal record label contract would be either it's kind of torn between the two, either a 50-50 split deal. Obviously, is the fucking that's the dream. Split deal is exactly what any fucking independent artist you would want. You know, if you can go 50-50 on anything, that's
joint
great.
venture, by the way. It's called a joint venture.
Joint venture. So especially if you have major label support that already have the resources that you don't have. Let's say you don't have a studio, you don't have producers, you don't have a singer or whatever. You can have that type of support with the label. So that joint venture deal would be definitely legitimate. But my personal favorite, especially what I'm looking for, especially in this day and age, is a marketing deal. I think the marketing deal is
really, really good.
I think the marketing deal is kind of the ideal record label. That's what we're kind of looking for. So we can know where the money is going, you know what I'm saying, and how we can negotiate the terms of the deal. Because if the money is going towards the marketing, especially if you have a marketer or a label that solely deals with marketing, because the biggest part of this business that most artists don't understand is that it's the marketing. You can have the fucking hottest song of all time, but guess what? You have to put damn near triple the amount of money you spent to record that motherfucker to market it, because that's the only way you got to push it out. It's no different than IG. We got what, 20,000, 25,000 fucking followers, but guess what? When I make a post, I gotta fucking pay IG to reach my fucking 25K. I have to pay them. It's not even like a fucking, but that's marketing. That's how much money you put. Like when you have your business set up, you pay for that. That's technically marketing. So when you pay for stuff like that, that's your marketing approach. But it's not just IG. What about TikTok? What about YouTube? What about Apple Music? What about Spotify campaigns? Stuff like that. Like any type of stuff like that, that's all dealing with marketing. But if you have a major label support that already has an established marketing team, that already knows who to reach out to for radio play, who to reach out to for ad support, who to reach out to for YouTube, who to reach out to for IG, et cetera, that it becomes even easier for you to just focus solely on the music approach, and have that major label support for marketing. That's why I said that's what I'm looking for.
Right, and I agree. Let me just
have a team that is running your marketing, then you don't really looking for, if you're not really looking for marketing, right? If you already know who to reach out to for YouTube, if you already know to reach out for Facebook, et cetera, then you don't need a label to do that. You know what I mean? So if you already have those type of connections. So
and lastly, just to end it up, because this is some really good nuggets that I think that people will really appreciate, is me and Twin, we already have a really established base. The only thing that we're missing is marketing. Like literally, we have an engineer, we have a recording studio, we have producers, we write everything, you know, we perform everything, we go places, we travel, we fund our own things, our business is in order. You know, everybody's our photographer, our videographer, we have all of that. So really it's truly just, you know, marketing in time, because we work our full 9 to 5s. We have to structure our, you know, our artistic and hip hop business in, you know, around our daily lives. You know, that's why I say it depends on how you feel. Like we feel a lot, we feel just like you. We got to work for ours. So, you know, when it comes down to it, we got to structure everything so that it makes sense. And, you know, a lot of what we've established, because we are a team. Everybody around us is a team, like Brothers Anonymous, T-Life, you know, our photographers, shout out to Styles, like, you know, shout out to Dom. Like it's a team around us that help us, you know, propel us to be able to be in your face, to see us all the time.
And also, I want to say this too.
A marketing deal is what we would
it's not that we don't have a marketing team. We do have a marketing team. Shout out to Dom. But I'm talking about when you talk about major label support for marketing, they already have the established contacts like radio play, YouTube ads. They already have the guy that runs the show. Like if you have a major label that does the marketing and they already know who to reach out to have 1 million plays on YouTube, to reach out to who get 1 million plays for one placement on fucking Facebook. They already had those established connections. That's why they offer marketing deals. So that's ultimately what we've been looking for. And we want to bring everybody else around us into that fold, because that's the reason why they're scared of Tory Lanez, right? Reason why they're scared of Tory Lanez is because Tory Lanez ventured in every fucking department of that label and figured out who is who, built his connections between who is who, and then it was able to go become independent and use that same people that the labels use, because the labels don't use, don't think of the labels like, oh, it's Atlantic, where we have our own Atlantic only thing. No, these guys outsource those sources. They outsource their marketing. They outsource their distributor. They outsource their approaches. So it's not like you can't find out who these people are. You know, it's the hardest part is trying to find out who they are, but they're definitely around. They're definitely, especially if you go check on their Indeed or you go check LinkedIn or something like that, you might be able to find some of these guys that do that type of stuff. And we've been searching.
I mean, I got a lot, and honestly speaking, I have a lot of contacts, especially with email blasts and stuff like that. Like, I don't mind forwarding over the contact list. It's just taking the time to compile and send out all them emails that's marketing. And you got to fight through, hundreds of thousands of people who are doing the same thing, and it's like, it gets a very, it's more or less like, that's why some artists take the approach and say, you know what, I'm just going to put out hot shit, be dope, market myself, and make them come to me. It's a lot easier to do it that way than the other way. Because, even when I talked to this other artist, because this person was like, how'd you get all these celebrities that shot you out and stuff like that? I'm like, it's not really the celebrities. There's a company behind the scenes that do that. Like, this game is, the She Made Heaven Fall project was kind of like exposing how fake we feel about this game, because if you could pay for it, you get it. As opposed to it being real and authentic, where it's like, nah, I fuck with you. I'm gonna do some shit with you. It's a whole lot different and cutthroat on the back end. So
you can literally pay for whatever the fuck you want if you got it.
Like you could have some trash ass shit, but have the money and make the motherfucker that knows that shit is ass say that shit's the hottest shit in the streets.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? With the right dollar signs, which makes it fake in itself. But we've come across that.
But yeah, like I would just say that those are kind of the best marketing deals. But just like what Twin said, I think the biggest approach is obviously figuring out what you need individually as an artist, and figuring out what what holes you have in your business and how that label can support that hole.
Plug it. Plug those holes.
And plug those holes. Because like I tell you right now, if I had a label deal, I tell you right now, if I had a marketing deal right now, I'm telling you right now, Dom I'm like, Dom, I just need you to be in all those fucking rooms, dog.
Yeah. Get all in contacts.
In contacts, dog. Like that's
over, man. Take this motherfucker over, man.
We're gonna take this shit over, bro. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's exactly how I would move. You know what I mean? So
I would like, because you know what it is. People look at the name 2wiin Kingz and they think they were fucking monarchs. No, we're pretty humble guys that like to fucking work with everybody. We want the castle to win. We don't want to just win with us. That don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah, we want everybody to win.
Where we go, the castle goes.
Yeah, it's like what Twin said. It's like what we talked about. I think 2 days ago. I think Twin. My bad. I know we're gonna be tangent with this motherfucker, but I know we talked about like 2 days ago, Twin, when I was talking about the pillars. A lot of people understand what the pillars mean in our logo. The pillars represent the fundamentals of hip hop, but also that's one pillar. That's one pillar, and the other pillars we stand together. We stand together.
We bring together the Black community. It's the rebranding of the Black community to stand together in unity. If you see me win, that means we win, and I want you to win too. Like that's why when people approach me in the street or stuff like that, like, yo, I heard this record, this, that, the third, that shit's hot, woo woo. I always tell people like, yo, that our record is tough. Like, it's like, you support me, I support you. Like, however I can help you, I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just stand around and hand out handouts. That's not gonna happen. I won't be a man to stand on my own too. But if I could put you in position, I would.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all
about matters more than money. That matters more than money to me.
Yeah, creating opportunities is better than just handing a dollar amount.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question because y'all talk about rebranding. Y'all touched on a lot of things that are very important.
Question she asked.
Yeah, rebranding the Black community. That's one.
Shout out to Black History Month.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Black History Month, right?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Black History Month. So, what I want to, because y'all think things out. So I have an idea that I want to like pitch to y'all, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I want to see what y'all think about it. Do y'all think that in a way to rebrand the Black communities, like I think about it, like for instance, Puff back in the days with Ciroc, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Puff for all that he did, he was like the best marketer of that era,
mm-hmm.
right?
I agree.
Ciroc, their parent company, saw that, made him the spokesperson for Ciroc to the urban area. Mm-hmm. I remember Puff going on night shows and such and such just dropped the album and he got a bottle of Ciroc right there. Like, right. Yeah, but this right here is made from the finest grapes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Yeah. So I think like now I look at it, like I study infrastructure and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I think to myself, why don't independent artists work in conjunction with entrepreneurs of the culture, and artists can be the spokesperson for, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For like a dope product that they really believe in.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Perfect answer.
So somebody tell me why we don't see more of that.
You don't see more of that is because these brands don't know who we are. Let's address the elephant in the room. These brands, like for example, like I think we talked about it before, Dom. I believe I was talking about it with somebody. I think I was talking about Dom. Where I think it'd be dope because people see us like in the Butt Shoes video when we was rocking the trench coats and smoking the cigars with the yak, right? I thought of, hey, I think it'd be a dope concept if I can get sponsored by a cigar, if I can get sponsored by an alcohol that I like to partake in, you know what I'm saying? And I think that would be dope. But when you pitch yourself to these type of entities, the problem with that is they always look for one thing and one thing only. How popularity. And I think that's the problem when it comes to independency, because they don't understand the ground levels, because they feel like I'm already an established brand. I'm Hennessy, or I'm already established brand. I'm Ciroc, or I'm already established brand. I'm fucking let me get another example. Whatever. I'm what's the shit I like? Douce. I'm already Douce. I've already got sponsored by whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem, because they're already looking for the face of a brand that can bring them monetary reasons, but they don't understand the ground level approach. They don't care about the ground level approach. And I think that's the disconnect between, I think, independent artists and some of these brands. And I feel like the only way to change that trajectory is to be sponsored by these independent Black brands. Let's be honest.
Hey,
I saw on IG earlier today, there was this guy that makes fedoras, right?
Oh, and yeah, I'm definitely going down to North Carolina to holler at him.
I'm like, yo, I'm reaching at a certain level of age where I want to experiment a fedora or two. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm looking at his fedoras and I'm like, yo, this shit is fire. They custom too. You can see the way he makes them, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, well, this would be dope if I could say, hey, how about I get sponsored by, how about you sponsor me for a fedora and I rock it for a show, or rock it during interviews and I promote you while promoting me at the same time, and we can win together as a community. I think that stuff like that is what I'm into. You know what I'm saying? And I think that making those type of connections would not only brand ourselves as independents, instead of just shooting straight for the top like Douce, or shooting straight for Hennessy, or shooting straight for Ciroc, or et cetera, et cetera. How about we look for an independent Black-owned distillery like Uncle Nearest? You know what I'm saying? I'll be sponsored by Uncle Nearest. I drink that motherfucker all the time. You know what I'm saying? You
know, I'm gonna post this too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I would love to. I would love to. I'll be sitting there. I was just sipping on some liquor earlier, so I trust me. I'll have this motherfucker clear and say Uncle Nearest on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think
I'm not gonna add my 2 cents, but I 100% agree.
I definitely agree with that approach.
Shout out to Actively Black, yo. Everything black for the month of February. You heard?
It's black.
This is the Wakanda Forever joint. You know what I'm saying? I got the whole suit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the whole suit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but you know, I actually like that approach because I've attempted, you know, through the email blast, and I'll tell you this: what the responses that you get though is that they think it's funky. They like, why? What are you getting out of this?
Exactly.
So there's got to be some type of conversation had that, hey, bro, let's build together. And then it's like, how are we going to build together if we're both on this level? If we're both working hard and we're both doing what we do and we bounce off of each other, it's going to work. Exactly. Like you said, like the Fedora dude, right? That great, bro. I travel, I do shows, I wear your fedoras. Bro, shout out to perfect example. Shout out to Khalil. If you're watching right now, Khalil, I like Khalil's hats, the X hats that I wear, the XO X hats. That's my homeboy's brand. I like the hats. They're I don't got one on today, but I have like 5 of them. And you know, I shopped with him twice. The third time or 3 times, the third time he said, bro, I'm gonna throw extras in because I see you be wearing the hats everywhere. And I said, I do. You know what happened last week? I had a guy, one of the guys on creative at church said, bro, where do you get those hats from? I see you wear a different color. And I'm like, bro, I seen the site.
On behold.
That's how it works, bro.
Every time.
That is how it works. It don't gotta be, well, how much you gonna pay me, bro?
Right.
Exactly.
It don't gotta be. Well, who the fuck you?
Your inventory looks good.
I'm moving, bro. Like I'm coming to you, presenting this to you, so it's intentional. You would rather, but you want somebody famous to wear it that don't even care about you. I'm shopping with you because I rock with you, and I'm telling you this is what we can do.
Right.
So, but yeah, and you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I attempted this, like I've reached out to like coffee places for artists, wines, deal like shirts, like brands. What's in it for us? Why would we give you a shirt and then you show them, hey, because we have a show that we pop up on every week, or this artist performs here, here, and here. This is how many followers he has. I'm trying to be nice because he actually has a bigger following than you. But you're not looking at it like that. You're looking at it like, oh, this is inventory, or I'm just giving. Oh, you trying to get some free shit? No, it's marketing.
Small mind.
Marketing.
That's why I said it looks good. It looks okay on your site. It looks better as a walking billboard.
And technically, if you know how to dress it. My bad, twin. I'm ranting now. No, because if you know how to dress it, you can literally say, I got 2 artists that rock my clothes right now. They don't gotta know you in the same group. They don't gotta know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I got 2 artists right now that rock my stuff.
All right, so for twin, okay, I'm gonna let. Well, yes, yeah.
I agree with you, Tom.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. What made me think of it, like I'm listening to y'all well spoken, y'all passionate, y'all come across very genuine.
What up, Trey?
Yeah.
What up, Trey?
So I'm listening because I took this approach one time back in 2021. Like I have my own business, right?
Yeah.
So I had just quit my job 2 weeks before the pandemic hit. I didn't know the pandemic was going to hit. My boss told me at the time that if it didn't work out, I quit my job to go full-time investing. He said if it didn't work out, he'd give me a 6-month runway, I could come back. 2 weeks later, the pandemic hits, right? So I start doing all right. The rest of 2020, I'm good. But I meet the girl y'all talk about your track list. I meet the scammer. I meet the girl who I thought she was the one, and all that money I was making, just start running through it. By November of 2021, I got like $10 in my pocket. And I'm thinking, but I got a bunch of knowledge from the market from just years and years and years, and then all these losses I'm examining, everything. So I reached out to somebody who's a professional musician, right? And so I was thinking about, like, how can I relate investing in a musician? And I would hear him talk, and he would go, yo, he's related to me too. He was like, yo, it's a lot of cap out here in this musician world. A lot of these people got more followers than they have like money coming to the bank.
100%. A lot of that.
So, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, they ain't getting money like this out here? Well, how about me and you partner, right? How about me and you partner, and for every sale that comes in, and I always kept my overhead low so that I could raise prices if need to if I bring on a partner.
Yeah.
So I just doubled my price and said, hey, you can keep the other half. So together, over the course of like a year and a half, we both end up making over 60 grand with that play.
That's wonderful, man.
So,
shout out.
But I don't say that for me. I'm saying that because, like, I hear y'all and I go, all right, at the time, from a business owner standpoint, I didn't have the bread to offer straight up, here's what I can give you.
Right.
But, we could do a partnership. If we build this brand, you're going to get a nice percentage of everything that comes in because you see the brand as quality.
Right.
Like, for brands that's looking out here like, yo, 2wiin Kingz, these dudes know how to speak, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. Say they got a dope product, like this is the nerd. They're the Steve Wozniak, but they don't have the Steve Jobs to present it and market it.
Right.
That they get in contact with y'all and be like, hey, yo, I think I got something that could be a winner for all of us.
Fuck you. Of course. For it, man. Hey, look, I tell you this right now. We tell a lot of these young artists to do the same thing, even with the music. Like, say you don't have the money to pay for this. Like, that's why I think that sometimes when artists talk to other major artists or bigger name artists, they always ask, well, how much money is it for the feature, right? Why even approach it that way? Say, hey, look, man, I don't have the money to pay you for a feature, but I'm not gonna waste your time. If you do this song with me, I make sure I give you 70%. I take 30 because you're the bigger artist. I'll just take 30%. Yep. 70. I just want to do a track with you. I think will be dope. Why we can't do it that way? Some artists, some mainstream artists might be like, you know what? Sure, fuck it. Why not? Let's do that. I'll take the 70%, do the 30. Let's run it. They might do that. But because that's another way that a big name artist could put somebody else on. It ain't gotta be no money involved. Everybody always say 250,000, 500,000 to fuck with me. Boy, hey, bro, since you little Dirk, hey, bro, I'll do a song with you. I think we'll be fire. But fuck it, I know I ain't got 500K to give you right now. So how about we do a 90-10 split? You take 90% and all your support, and I'll just take the 10%, bro. I just want to make a dope track.
Facts. Yeah. Why not? It's funny because, like, when me and Twin,
my bad, Twin. That's kind of the same way that you said it, that you kind of approached your deal. You was like, hey, look, I can't pay you for this, but how about we just partner and I double this and then you take the other half? That's smart. See, that's smart. That's smart brand marketing, because when you think about it, you didn't have the upfront capital to just give away, but you knew that in the long run it's going to be beneficial to both parties. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're going to grow your brand and you're also going to make money. He's going to make money. And guess what? Everybody's happy. That's ultimately what we're about too. I'm all for that. So I think that's the same thing I would do with this cigar brand. I really wanted to do because I smoke cigars all the time. Me too. And I would love to. I reached out to this one cigar, this cigar maker, and he told me straight up no. He was like, to be honest with you, he told me straight up, I don't mean no disrespect, but y'all not too big enough of an artist to expand our brand. But I'm like, but I'm gonna promote your product. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I go, I'm gonna smoke that. Everybody like, what the fuck is that? Oh, this is da 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 da. Me out of this da 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 da. Is that, you know, I love this. Is my favorite cigar. Woo woo. You know, this is the grown man shit. And then I'm thinking about me smoking a cigar with a big ass fedora and some yak. They're gonna be like, this is grown man. You know what I'm saying? The look is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? Like the feel is different. The talk is gonna be different. So,
and you know,
little things like that. But yeah.
And then on top of that, to answer your question initially, absolutely, please reach out. Any and all artists, brand deals and stuff like that, reach out, man. We always willing to work together, man. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of what we do, man. We stand on our pillars, man. We trying to bring everybody together. So
yeah, absolutely. We mean that. We stand on our pillars, man. We all about bringing everybody together and winning together legitimately. So if you like you said, Kirk, if you know any marketers or any brands that definitely want to work with us, man, reach out, man, for sure.
That's how the Richie Evans situation happened, because there was 2 other artists that could have been on that track, Dom. There was 2 other artists that could have been on that record. The first person that we reached out to was MC Bravado, another Brooklyn artist and stuff like that. We reached out to him. That didn't pan out. And there was a dude out in Baltimore that we reached out to. And that didn't pan out. So Richie came at the perfect time, and he stood on business, because just like Richie know, like, yo, we gonna stand on business. If we say we're gonna do something, you're gonna get that. You don't even gotta wait. As soon as that the paperwork is squared away, you get your money immediately.
Shout out to you, Don, man.
Shout out to you, Don, for setting that up for sure.
No problem. You already know.
Yeah.
Hopefully I answered your question, Kirk.
Yeah.
Nah, that's perfect, because I'm thinking to myself, like artists, if you have number one, I think the thing that drew people to hip hop was the fact that what's these niggas over here doing? And they just having such a good time amongst themselves. Mm-hmm. And that draws people to it. Right? Mm-hmm. So if y'all are artists, hey, 2wiin Kingz, hey yo, shout out to such and such. We just got our first official brand sponsorship. We partnering with BAM. Mm-hmm. Everybody who been kind of sitting and watching y'all goes, oh shit, hold on. You know what I'm saying? They partnering with such and such. We see him on interviews with this. We see him on interviews with that. Now let me go check and see what that company's about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that company actually fills a void that I need.
Right.
Oh shit. And then say they go happen to try it out. Say it's a juice company. Say it's whatever company. Mm-hmm. Hey, that was actually dope. Hey man, salute to y'all. I actually Mm-hmm. And then it just scales from there. So one thing that I've learned is like you see what works, and then you see who it worked with, and it's more than just one of everybody in terms of their interests. So now just push it to that group. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Push it. So I think of stuff like that, and I feel like when it comes to rebranding the Black community, like artists and entrepreneurs need to work hand in hand, because
that's the graffiti.
Everybody who gets successful, Jay-Z's the ultimate salesman, right? Mm-hmm. Like he managed to keep his image, but behind those closed doors, he's a brand darling.
100%.
Because he's gonna tell you, man, stop drinking that Cristal and drink this. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna tell you that. And then you ain't gonna find out he owns shit too.
Smack the bar, get the fuck out of here.
And drink the ace, dog.
You say
that's graffiti, dog. That's graffiti. That's one of the pillars. That's one of the 5 fundamental pillars of hip hop.
There you go.
That's the graffiti aspect of it, you know, and we don't neglect that. Like, we're very knowledgeable in regards to everything hip hop. So absolutely, that's the graffiti aspect of it. Like, I want to support your brand, and I want to wear that shit like a billboard. Everybody who sees that tag is gonna be like, "Oh shit, I know who that is. Oh, I know who fucks with them." Da da da, and it keeps building. So
because the graffiti aspect of it is used to have back in the day. You
gotta get a hold.
People had their own little tags, and
you might have to, twin.
Yeah, I might have to think about it, because for the people that don't know the graffiti aspect, you know, back in the day, people used to tag the walls with their mark, right? And then they used to do their little signature mark on it to let you know what artist did that, right? And then you think about it, if you one by, you see this one artist, it's fire, and you come by, you see a different artist, that's fire, and then you walk by and you see those two artists come together and make a different mural. And you go like this, oh shit, they came together and did. Yeah. That's crazy. But that's how we got to work as a Black community. Bring our our unity together and show that we can not only build together, but we can expand together as well.
So should I break down the pillars?
Yeah, shout out. I said that because shout out to my young boys, man. They asked me last week, why was y'all shorts so big on the court? So it could be stuff like that. That like they don't understand. We used to fight for the biggest shorts. Y'all wear small shorts now. So like, bro, ain't nobody graffitiing no more.
Right.
Yeah.
But should I break down the pillars then?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So the first thing is MCing. Everything, there's an art form with how you write your cadences, you know, what your message is gonna be and stuff like that. And the art form of doing that. The second thing is like, you know, the DJing. Those are the people who get the club going, like, you know, stuff like that do the scratches to make sure that the beats is on point so that everybody is on one accord, hearing the same music in the same environment, and it brings people together as a party. You know, the third aspect of it is the graffiti aspect of it. It's like, you know, we're gonna well, yeah, it's like when we tag this up, I want to know who these people are so that wherever they go, I want to go with them. Right.
Marketing. That's what graffiti is.
Marketing. Graffiti is like marketing. Like I want to tag this so that people is recognizable. You know, the fourth spot is like it plays off of the first three, which is like, oh, these guys are dope, and then you create a sound that is infectious that everybody wants to dance to or groove to. B-boying is not just dancing and busting moves. Sometimes it's just a feeling that you get that makes you want to bob your head like, I fuck with this. I feel this shit. Like that's the B-boying. You bob it. You know what I'm saying? And then some people create a dance and make it its own thing. Like that's why TikTok took b-boying to a whole nother level, because now everybody's doing like the TikTok trends where they're doing dances and stuff like that. And the most important thing that most people forget about the five pillars is the knowledge. You can't say that you want to rap and don't fucking read and learn and expand your mind on shit to bring you to a place to be able to think at the level of which you need to think to relay this message so that people can understand. You know, in today's day and age, they try to dilute it and make it so simplistic that everybody understands. That doesn't expand your mind sometimes. Sometimes like being complicated and learning what a double entendre is, learning what the poetic elements of personification is, learning what, you know, why he's playing around with syllables. Okay, why did he make this rhyme? Learning how to break down a poem and understanding that, you know, how to develop rhyme patterns and rhyme schemes and stuff like that can help you with your flow and cadences and stuff like that. Those are all knowledge-based things where, you know, you say something. So if I say something like, you know, in a song or chilling on the Afro Summer project, I said one of the dopest lines that Twin keeps, you know, tells me today. He's like, yo, that line is crazy. I said a boss bitch with ego for sale, leave your paperwork at work, learn to address your mail. You know, I'm talking to a woman, but I'm giving it to you in so many different layers that you're like, damn, I can look at that 4 different ways. Like, hold on a second. Like, it's that level of like, you're not going to just come up with a line like that if you don't have the knowledge base to be able to expand your brain, to be able to comprehend stuff in different layers to write it. You get what I'm saying? So that's important.
Crazy. Bitch with ego for sale. Leave your paperwork at work. Learn to address your mail.
That's fine. It's different.
Come on.
That's a bar.
That's a
hey, no, that's cool.
That's a bar.
That's a bar. But that's what I mean by like that's the 5 fundamentals of hip hop. That's why I say like you gotta read, man. I read and listen to audiobooks every day, man. I'm on the 48 Laws of Power right now. I got like 4 of the books in the tuck that I'm about to just start reading and stuff like that. So especially when I'm in the gym, sometimes I don't even put on music because I'm an actual artist and I want to expand my mind. Oh, that book fire. The Spook Who Sat by the Fire book. But like that's what I mean by like, you know, even when I'm in the gym, sometimes I'm like, yo, you know what? Because I'm a creative, I like to gain more knowledge that I can use and regurgitate a different way, the way that my brain interprets it. So, you know, I always like, sometimes I'm in the gym and I listen to audiobooks. Sometimes I'm at work, I'm listening to audiobooks. Sometimes I'm driving, I'm listening to audiobooks. You know, so it's all those type of things. You got to expand on that. Knowledge is probably the most important fundamental pillar.
I mean, everybody kind of overlook it now, but that key word when you always hear knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, man.
They're just talking about a fundamental pillar of hip hop, and it goes over a lot of people's heads. Oh, knowledge is power. I heard it 1,000 times. Yeah, because it's a pillar of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people say you know, that's what that means. But
yeah. Make it cool to be
Shout out to the young boys in the chat. I wanted to break that down, man. Pass on each one.
They're gonna appreciate it. They're gonna appreciate it because you know they like they try to say you got old heads and then you got what they call them and OGs.
Old
heads, they be wilding.
And you know what's crazy about that too is you know, especially as we grow and get mature and stuff like that, like as we mature, it gets better because of the fact that, you know, I love the fact that Killer Mike won those Grammys because I see how many freaking videos came out and was like, who the fuck is Killer Mike? And I'm like, how about instead of asking the question, go listen to the album that he just won that motherfucker the war. That shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? Shit was fire. And I'm like, you don't gotta know the old Killer Mike. Listen to the new shit because there's no, I hate the assumption that there's an age gap in hip hop. That's bullshit to me. There's no age limit on knowledge. And last time I checked, each one teach one. The greatest knowledge that you could ever attain is from the minds of old men. You know what I'm saying? So and old women, like, get that. So I always say that, man. I hope my favorite artists and stuff like that fucking rap to they fucking 90. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Look at rock artists.
It keep telling us those experiences.
Yeah. Look at rock artists. Look at R&B. Yeah. Look at all these people can go out and do what they do to a 50, 60, 70, 80. Mm-hmm. I was looking at the Greatest Night in Pop documentary, We Are the World, joint when they came together for We Are the World.
Yeah.
Like you had like Michael Jackson, a lot of them were young. Bob Dylan, he came in there, he in his 40s, upper 40s and stuff. Yep. Nobody's looking at who's this old nigga, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you let a 40-year-old, let quote unquote a 40-year-old rapper come in to the uneducated youth minds who just thinking they 20 and they riding a wave and they trend is like no other trend before.
Right.
It's like, but because that thing is missing in hip hop, that generational connection.
Yeah.
And it's tension between generations. They're like, these old niggas. I got a young dude who was 22 tell me, you don't know, you ain't living in my era. And I'm like, bro.
Nigga, I'm still.
I'm like, bro. Like he believed himself. He believed himself. And he thought, and I was like, bro.
Because of who they around though. Too.
Yeah, it don't matter. But that's also, it's nobody telling them the real. It's just, that's how you feel. I'm just gonna let you. Nobody's gonna tell you the truth because they don't want to hurt your feelings.
But that's why, and right there is exactly why the Afro Summer is my favorite fucking album.
Exactly what you just said, because my bad, Twin.
You good?
And Twin is 100% right because and you were right too, Kirk. Think about it. You just hit the nail on the head. Think about that. And Dom said the same thing. There's nobody that's that's not it guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared to hurt somebody's feelings because these young boys out here wilding with fucking firearms, bro. Everybody out here with guns and shit. Right? Right? Everybody out here scared to piss somebody off. Well, I don't like your shit. That you hating on me. You won't fuck with me. You just a hater, bro. You just fuck out of here. Get out of my face with that shit. They don't want to hear. They don't listen no more. Remember when you was growing up, they said, you had your moms and you had your grandma say you got 2 ears and you got 1 mouth. What you gonna do more of, right? These young niggas, they don't listen. They use their mouth all day. But they listen to shit. And if they do listen, they listen to the other people that don't know shit. And that's
the best part is what Common said though, Twin. If I don't like it, that don't mean that I'm hating.
Yeah, but the problem that I have is, especially, and it's not like it's no nag to the younger artists, right? I just feel as though stop approaching it like we're hating on you or we don't fuck with you or we just bashing your generation. Nah, fuck no. We want y'all to win. I want y'all to be way better than us. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to fucking get to that level and not be fucked over. Because let's be honest, how many of these young artists learn so much later? Like I speak on it. Fuck it. Like NBA Youngboy. Remember when he came out with that interview talking about, damn, they got me. And everybody was like, what you mean they got you? They got you, man. All these young niggas, I go to this concert and all these young niggas listening to my ignorance that I'm spilling out of my mouth and all of this killing and drugs and this and that I'm saying. And these young kids, 16, 17, reciting your words word for word, bar for bar. They know your detriment is the detriment that you're giving to their lives, because they're gonna live behind what they idolize from you. Yeah. And it took young boy years later to figure that out. And you got OGs that'll tell you that, hey man, hey young boy, hey young man, hey listen man, don't do that. Talk about this, rap about that. You could add that stuff in there. You could be a gangster. Nobody's telling you
what's scary.
But hey man, there's a way to go about it. Like, let's be honest. My bad, Dom. I'm gonna hit this one point before you say that, right? It's like how 50 Cent came out when he was talking all of that crazy shit, right? And he was talking all of this gangster shit, right? But how did he word it? How did he play with it where it still became somewhat a poetic element to it? It was still some type, you could tell he took his time to craft what he wanted to say and deliver it in a metaphoric way, or deliver it in a way where it's not, fuck you, kill your mom. It ain't that. It's saying, but yeah, Dom, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
You know what's scary, what you just said though, bro? There's no one told young boy to chill.
Nobody, because they wanted that money.
They wanted the money, and there's a disconnect between them and us.
Yep.
So when you have us, when we don't want to take from you and we're being serious and we're trying to give you knowledge, you think we're hating, like y'all all said. So understanding, hey, bro be tripping. Bro got a gun. Bro got a switch.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell him, hey, bro, you chill out. I've done that before. I tell Kirk the story all the time. There was a young boy that we know, because me and Kirk grew up around the same area. We went to high school together. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I remember when I told bro to chill, he snapped on me. We were all in a spot we wanted to be, off Leesburg. Kirk, shout out to Columbia.
Word.
I said, hey, bro, you ever thought about chilling, bro? Like, y'all be wilding. What? Chill for what? What I'm gonna do? I don't got a job like you.
So get one. It's not hard. I can show you how to beef your resume up. I can show you how to articulate yourself in a different way, where you can present yourself in a way where you can sit in front of whoever and be able to articulate yourself well enough to have that interview, to have that job, to be able to speak to other people. And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. They think, oh, you selling out because you got a 9-to-5 job and you just educated. Well, what's the problem with being smart? I mean, when the fuck did it? Last time I checked, hood nerds are still hoods, are still in the hood. Just because you don't chill on the block and he decides to go read a book every day, what makes him there? He not from the hood? Yeah, he from the hood. That don't make him. Yeah, he real. He live around the same shit you live around. He just not doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You're deciding to do the negativity. He's deciding to try to pivot and to get the money another way, to get the money the legitimate route rather than going the negative route.
And just to give you,
Twin had the opportunity. Hold on, man. Let me finish. We had the opportunity to kind of get both spectrums going up. Like what a lot of people don't know about me and Twin, and you probably can hear it in my speech, is that me and Twin were hood nerds. That's what we like to call ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because we pivoted into both avenues. We've been there robbing, doing all of the illegal shit. We did that, been there, done that. But then we also graduated with honors. How many niggas can tell you they did that? You know what I'm saying? How many niggas can tell you that, yo, bro, I graduated with A's and B's, bro. I never failed a class in my life, bro. But I also was doing some hood shit, and a lot of niggas that know me know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm just happy enough that I stayed on the course of being of continuously finding that knowledge and continuously finding and expanding my knowledge and reading and studying and being studious in what I do, that I'm able to provide for my family now in a different light rather than showing that negativity and always being around the bottom.
But it was the best advice that we got from the OGs. And that's what I mean by, like, we were the young niggas that didn't neglect what the old niggas was saying, because the old niggas was telling us like how they fucked up. Yeah. And we didn't want to repeat they fuck ups.
Those are the gems right there. Those are real gems.
Like I learn best from other people's mistakes. You fucked up doing what? Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Tell me how you fucked up. I'll make sure I don't do that.
I'll make sure I'm gonna avoid that. That sounds fucked up, like for real. So that's what we used to do, and we used to do a lot, man. Yeah. Hood shit. We did hood shit. So
those are the best gems that people overlook.
That, bro. That's the difference. Now we enjoy hearing those stories from OGs and stuff like that. But now, me and Twin talked about this. When he broke down Instagram, instant gratification.
Yeah.
You don't have they have so many resources to where they don't got to talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They can go here.
Nobody that thinks different than them.
Yeah. Or they can and just they could go get it from somebody that they believe more because they have more than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I can go to YouTube and type in, I don't gotta talk to you. I could go, YouTube. I can go to social media. I can go find somebody I don't even know and follow him, bro. Funny. And y'all, everybody's intelligent. It be some gems in these shows that we watch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It just slides right by us. I don't know if did y'all watch The Shy?
Yeah, I watched The Shy.
Yeah.
Quick story. Do you remember when Emmett was trying to be like D-Ray?
Yeah.
Trying to be the woke dude, wasn't having sex, trying to hold out. Mm-hmm. What happened? Ran into him in the restaurant. He was with a girl. Bro, I just do that on the internet, bro. Mm-hmm. You stay strong though, brother. Hey, man, I thought you weren't supposed to be having sex.
Yeah. And that right there is the reason why me and Twin don't flex. Like we got our own everything.
Yeah.
But we don't flex because at the end of the day, like we know what it's like to not have. Like the top looks a lot different when you came from down there.
Yeah.
You appreciate it more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had people in my circle that will, semi-circle that try to put the bug in my ear and was like, yo, y'all should show more lifestyle. Y'all should show more lifestyle. Y'all should, wear the chains. Y'all should show the bathroom that you take a shower in. You should show the fucking bedroom. You should show your whips. And I'm like, you should show the Harleys that you and Twin bought. I'm like, bro, relax. Like we don't gotta flex. Like it's just relax. Like it's cool to just say like, know me for art and judge me based on what you hear from me and what you hear me display, because that's me too. That's just one side. But if I give you the other side and then you start judging me thinking that, I'm this, I'm no better than you, that's bullshit. I don't look at it like I'm better than anybody else. I try to be the best at what I do, but I'm only competing with myself and him because he's technically me.
And knowing y'all wouldn't like that attention.
Nah, probably not.
You only listen to me because I got this chain on.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like the people that rock with me in the castle, I know it's because of the art. Because I don't flash. I don't, know what I'm saying? But if I did
do it, I mean, it's not hard to do. I can do it. We can do it. But it's like, is that really what I want to promote, or do I want to promote the art that I love?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather promote the art that I love and stay in my fucking lane, because the moment I throw on 50 I wouldn't walk outside because I'm so hood. I wouldn't walk outside with a shitload of jewelry on my neck because I was the nigga robbing the nigga.
Right. You look like a target.
I'm the nigga that you walk past like, oh shit, that nigga got mad bread.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fake or not, but fuck it. I look at Twin. Nigga,
hey,
walking down like we taking that. You fuck it. Like I was the guy that was like that. So in my mind, I'm like, bro, I came from that. So why the fuck would I do that? That don't make sense. You know what matters more to me? Matters more to me the house you live at. Is your family taken care of? Are you putting people in position? Because I always tell people asked me the other day, it was like, yo, I had this young boy ask me, he was like, yo, what's the purpose of life? I broke it down on his Instagram, put it in the whole comment section and said, yo, go back and read that again. This, I live by 5 ways that I live by. I call them my own personal 5 pillars. I take care of the ones that's around me. I pay homage to the ones that come after me. I'm going to leave something great for the ones that come after me. I always keep God first. And guess what? I'm going to have fucking fun the entire time while doing it.
Yeah, I know you meant to say pay homage to the ones that came before you.
Yeah. Pay homage to the ones that came before.
But I
wanted to ask a 2-part question while y'all was on that.
Yeah.
And then also, I think y'all might be our longest episode now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
It's really good. On that point of flexing, because I wanted to ask this after y'all talked about the deals. Y'all are shadow banned.
Oh yeah.
I got a theory, man. Y'all have a theory. It's centered around turning down the deals from the majors, right?
Yeah,
you hear about it because they talk.
Do you think, because someone controls the algorithm? I have this theory. I talk to Kirk about it all the time. Computers are so sophisticated that I really think that there's an AI or a robot when there's a group of people, me, Twin 1, Twin 2. I know y'all names, but I ain't gonna say them. So Twin 1, Twin 2, and Kirk. If we all start talking about Rolexes, they're gonna slide our accounts into this box. I really think that the robot or the AI is that sophisticated that it does that.
Yeah.
And then we start talking about the same stuff and we start bouncing. Then if one of us start drifting, we drift out of that algorithm. You kind of see it on Facebook. Post certain stuff, and I watch because that's my job as a marketer. I watch. I know when I start, my boy Kirk right here. I use you for an example, Kirk.
Yeah.
I noticed that every time I talk about basketball, you're on my status. I think because of the basketball groups that you're in, and you repurpose a lot of basketball content. I think my statuses when I talk about basketball go to the top of your feed.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so I know the robot is that sophisticated. So with y'all being shadow banned, and I've even tried this out. When you start talking about BS, you get so many likes.
Yeah.
So many insights. So many. I remember one time I posted something from episodes, and I text Kirk. I said, bro, this clip of me saying fuck them niggas got 2,000 views in 10 minutes. I deleted it because I was angry. It was something we was talking about, but it went up in 10 minutes. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. It's like they want you post them pictures with them chains on. That's why I tell people it's easy to go viral. You may think it's not, but it's easy to feed into doing something stupid and you're gonna get a lot of views. But when you stay true to what you want to stay true to, and you get a lot of views or you get traction doing that, it's respected more to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I wish artists out there will understand that. It's only 2 reasons why stuff ain't moving the way you want it to move. If you know your music is good, it's not you. So that's why you need to find your castle.
Yep.
That's why you need to find your community and just feed the community.
Yeah.
And then as you feed your community is going to talk about you. Why do I know Trey Isaacs? Why does Kirk know about the Kings? Why does AJ know about the Kings and came into the live? We're in Columbia. Y'all are in DC.
Yeah.
Y'all in DMV.
Yeah.
Kirk's in Charlotte. We're in 3 different states.
Matthias in Israel.
Matthias is in Israel. Richie is in Phoenix.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, like, bro, you gotta just stay true to what you do, bro. You got to. it only makes sense because you got to answer to the cap. You got to. You don't want to get checked on that, bro. You kill your brand.
Fact. Really quickly too.
Really quick.
Because you can't answer to it because you don't know enough about it to answer to it. If you really don't be doing that stuff or you really don't live that, and somebody asks you, you can't answer to it. That's why y'all won't do podcasts. That's why y'all won't do interviews. That's why y'all only post one picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all lying and you can't really stay true to what you're capping about.
Yeah,
it's a double-edged sword though, because even if they really do it, the person they ain't far away enough from their hood. The person who they did it to, there you go online and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a double.
Give me a reason. Like pretty much, give me a reason to come after you, type shit.
Yeah. Scary, bro. That's how I'm saying it don't even gotta be that way, bro. It's too much.
It's don't. And I think and just to harp on that point too as well, or a little pivot from that, what you said earlier about being shadow banned, right?
Yeah.
I think you are spot on with the algorithm. And I believe there is somebody behind that shit that's controlling it, because let's be honest, once we start talking about something that they don't like, shut it down. Don't let them
our live.
Right?
Our live with Curtis King.
They shut that down.
Yeah, they shut that shit down, yo.
Shut it down immediately. They're like, we don't want people to know about this.
Hell yeah.
How do they know about this? Oh, these guys did their reasons. Hold on, wait a minute. Delete that. Let's not let that post. Let's have an error, right? Let's
zero views when it was 50 people
commenting on that bitch too.
Yeah, they was commenting and all that. So like that's what I mean by like it's
when Kings collide, dog. That shit is crazy.
So what I mean to say is there is an agenda that is behind that algorithm, and as long as if we don't fit that agenda or we're against that agenda, they're going to try to kill it every single time, right? But that's what I agree with you 100,000%. Stay true to yourself. Fuck it, you're gonna have to cut off every last one of my lives because I'm not gonna stop. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm not gonna lie to my people. I think that's what it ultimately comes down to. Don't lie to your people. We're a community. We got to bring unity and not division. Like the whole algorithm, in my opinion, is feel like it's creating division, right? Yes. The reason why they promote the negativity is because you saying fuck them niggas is gonna make them niggas mad, and they want to comment on your shit, and they just want to exploit that conflict. Right? They want to show how dysfunctional we are. They don't want to show how unified we are. They want to show how dysfunctional we are as a community. And then that's the way they want to promote that agenda. That's why our live got shut down. We're giving too much unification, too much research for people to just go easily and look it up. Right. So that's my problem that I have with the algorithm. And we're going to keep fighting this machine, man, until they get a real motherfucker in charge, man, until they get somebody that's really for the people behind that algorithm and really push the agenda the way it's supposed to be pushed.
I mean, that's partially why we shadow ban in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear the subliminals in these artists' records. Like, they don't like the fact that they're like, oh, these niggas don't need us for shit. Fuck them then. And it's like, well, we don't, but we like to work with you. Like, work with us. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need you, but we'll work with you. Like, but that's what I said. Like, when me and Twin changed the approach, like we changed the approach in regards to like, you know, pursuing these features. We're like, hey man, you can take majority of the splits. We just want to make dope ass music that can fucking, you know, that can spark the like. I just want to spark the mind to change the world. If I'm not only changing the world myself, if I can change the state of hip hop, I'll do that. And that's the reason why we're bringing a different level of looking at the way we put our art out. You know what I'm saying? I had this other artist tell me like, yo, y'all niggas move different. Like, I love the fact that y'all just do shit different. He said, yo, y'all album rollouts is impeccable. I'm like, dog, we just developed the process, man. He's like, yo, that track titles, man, it just makes people want to go back and hear the beginning shit. That's the point. Like, we thought this shit out, like, completely. So, like, it's like, you know, we work to that. And I think that, you know, no matter what, it's inevitable. I don't care if we get 10 views on a post. I'm putting this shit out.
I don't care if I don't make it.
Yeah,
I'm like a motherfucking greatest. I'm the best to ever do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You got anything you want to add, Kirk?
Man, if y'all see me looking off, I promise y'all I've just been thinking of, look, I've been writing down the time. Every time y'all say something crazy, the time stamps. Like, every time you say something dope.
Yeah.
I know this is my favorite interview we've done thus far.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Y'all sparked some ideas, and y'all sparked some ideas. I'm gonna talk to Dom. Obviously, I'm gonna talk to Dom about some stuff. Right. And Dom reach out to y'all about some stuff, because I'm thinking like y'all got my mind just going. With everything.
That's the whole point. Is the spark the mind. Let's work.
Facts.
Yeah.
There's shit that needs to happen in this world. There's things that need to happen in this community. There's things that need to happen in hip hop to bring the essence of, being creatively different and exploiting that. I think that, people look at the money and they chase the bag and they lose the creativity. I'm like, nah, I know for a fact that there's some really talented, creative motherfuckers in hip hop, and they're being silenced because the record label owns their house, car, and they watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, nah, you gonna do it this way because we said, fuck that. I want to take the gloves off and let people be the most creative that they ever been. We in the 21st century. What we doing?
Yeah, and I think too, y'all talk in a way where people listen, they gonna buy it because you believe it. Like I'm thinking I always say this right here, like, because I look at charts all day with investing. Like, sometimes I look at things through financial eyes. So when I hear y'all talk about stuff, like, one of my beliefs, a way for an artist, a way for somebody like y'all to break through, is if you can go, look, we partner with this brand, and their sales went from this to this 100%. After they start rocking with us, or after, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that'll make any and every label like, oh, y'all moved the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I'm a believer of when people see like what you're doing keeps the lights on and pays the bills.
Right.
Nigga, do that. We gonna stay out your way. It's a lot of people who don't move the needle and pay the bills, so they get used and exploited for their youth, their quote unquote popularity. So this dude say this because this will work. But when you listen, when you say something, people listen, they buy. Oh yeah, here,
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead. So like I said, y'all got me thinking for real. I'm definitely gonna put something together, Dom. Send it to you. And send it to y'all for real.
Looking forward to it, dog. Looking forward to it.
For sure.
Hey man, well, if y'all ain't got nothing else, man, thank you so much for having us on Shock.
Hey, whoa, we done? I'm fucking around.
I had one more thing though.
Oh, yeah, let's do it, man. Hell yeah.
One more thing. What's the best advice y'all have for upcoming rappers, creatives, and artists?
I love this question. My advice would be what I said earlier, and I stand on that, man. Be a trend. Don't follow a trend. That means pretty much be yourself. Do your thing. Stop trying to emulate what somebody else is doing. That does not dictate who you are. That is not being true to yourself. That's not differentiating yourself from this massive amount of artists out here that do the same thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? You got to be different. That means, like I said, be your own trend, set your own trend, stop following everybody else's trends. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my advice to a lot of the young upcoming artists. Find something that you do that nobody else can emulate, or you can do something that somebody would want to emulate, and want to follow and want to see and want to do and want to, like the same thing with dance moves. Why do you think dance moves pop off? Because somebody did it that nobody else thought about doing, and now everybody wants to do this shit. Like Soulja Boy when he make the Superman dance, right? Like, that shit blew up because now he's known for fucking setting a trend, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do something that nobody's ever done before. Set your trend and stick with it. Don't pivot. Just stick with it and do that. That's my advice.
My advice would be it's a 2-part. If you could live by these pillars, if you never knew the purpose in life, live by those pillars that I discussed, which I'll just make a quick recap is take care of the ones that's around you, leave something great for the ones that come after you, pay homage to the ones that come before you, keep God first and have motherfucking fun while you doing this shit, man. Like straight up. The second aspect of it is the same thing that J. Cole told me. As an up-and-coming artist, if you're a hip-hop artist specifically, find a producer that you fuck with heavy and build a sound with that producer. We have 6 producers that we regularly use. People constantly come to us and pitch us new ideas with new beats and new different stuff. But we have to be in album mode to even, grant that opportunity to do it. Unless the beat is so captivating that I can't even,
That's lazy to me.
Huh?
I don't want to knock anybody. And I'm sorry I cut you off, twin.
Good.
As a marketer, I don't think that's a good approach to when you approach artists.
Mm-hmm.
You should listen to their music and see what fits what they're doing and approach it.
Yeah.
I let Twin listen to the Matias beat. I knew that was something that he could rap on.
100%.
He started rapping instantly.
Right.
When y'all sent me the open verse, hey bro, I knew Richie could rap on that because it was a smooth beat.
Right.
It was a Maybach beat. Damn near.
I agree.
I heard Ross on it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't listen to all beats, please.
Yeah, but it's not like I said, not knocking them. It's just I think, hey, listen a little bit more. Like,
I listen to every beat that I get sent.
I'm talking about the person that sends it. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I'm not gonna send y'all.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, because that's why a lot of the times we don't even pay it attention because I get like 30 seconds in and I'm like, all right, that's not something I'm jumping on.
That's what I mean.
I'm jumping on. No, that's not something I'm jumping on. It's like that because if you're not an artist and you be like, you know what, let me listen to this artist and see what they like because that's how Friday Friday is in. I don't know. He's somewhere overseas. And he became one of our staple producers because he listened to our music and was like, oh, you like this type of shit, I got something. Emailed and then shot me a DM and was like, yo, I sent something to your inbox, let me know what you think. Listened to it immediately and was like, oh my god, absolutely. Like 4 of them shits made the fucking next album. So like it's just this that type of stuff that it means more. But as an up-and-coming artist, as you're doing that, do the same approach that we did. Find a couple of producers that you resonate with, that works with you, and you want to develop a sound with, so that when other people like new producers listen to you, they'll understand what you're trying to do, and then create around that to build with you. That's what I mean. Yeah. But you're absolutely right, 100%, Dom. Absolutely right. Don't just, if you're a producer and you make beats, don't just send people beats. That's unnecessary because half of them are going to listen to, and other ones will be like, yeah, we're not going to even pay attention to that. And then, and then there's a back end stuff with producing too that I would love to fucking teach producers to protect their art as well. Because producing is the same thing as emceeing. And you could protect your art the same way, same rights, same everything. So
I'm not
that's a whole other conversation.
I'm not sending the twins no Detroit beats.
Hell nah.
I ain't going on no
Detroit, but that is just not my style, dog.
Y'all can't get on there.
Nah, don't get me wrong. I could probably rap on it.
I can rap on it, but
what I like.
Hey, why these niggas came on here spitting like that on our shit?
No cap. And there's a bunch of West Coast beats that is just not my style, man. Yeah. I love when they do it because they got. I love when they do it, but hearing me on that, I'm like, it don't really sound weird, man.
It don't sound good to me.
That sound weird, son. I'm like,
there was this one beat that I think somebody sent me. I forgot the producer's name, but he had sent me something in my DM, and he had said something. He had sent me the beat. It was a West Coast beat. Don't get me wrong, that beat was fire. but I tried to rap on it. I was like, yeah, this is gonna sound weird.
Yeah, yo.
It was fire though. I was like, I told him, I said it's fire, but I can't. That's not my sound. I can't really do that. But,
yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Hey man, hey, we appreciate y'all taking time coming on here.
Absolutely.
Hey,
we want to shock the culture, man. We try to shock the world. You know what I'm saying?
A ball.
And a fucking blast, man. Yes. Great conversations, intellectual conversations. I live by that, man. I love it.
Thanks.
Likewise. Thank y'all. This has been dope. Like super dope. Super. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Hey.
I'm looking forward to these short clips. I know this shit gonna be.
Probably got like 80 how life is on the way.
Huh? Yeah, it's funny how life is. Definitely on the way. Look out for the end of the month. It might push to March 13th, but I will definitely let you know, man.
Absolutely. Yo, it's funny how life is. It's definitely one of those projects that's going to be like, you're going to want to listen to it from the beginning to the end because it just gradually, it starts off with some haymakers.
It does start off with
and then we give you context, and then we finish it out with like throwing every blow. It's like just every time. It's fucking landing too, man. It's funny how life is. It's coming out, man. I'm looking forward to it. We're doing a lot of the back end work. We had a studio. The last studio session for it is on Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. Probably not on Super Bowl Sunday. Maybe if it is, it's gonna be early. But one way or another, we're doing the finishing touches on it and stuff like that, and then back end work. Pause. But yeah, that's how we gotta attack those certain things. You heard?
He ended with a pause.
Yeah, that shit sounded crazy.
That was crazy.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all, man. The culture,
like
man.
the culture. Let's get it.